real? Oh, no. Yes.
In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this magical feel-good Friday, December 12th, 2025, this program begins now.
Football
is insane, and Week 15 kicked off in a spectacular fashion with a massive fourth-quarter comeback for the Atlanta Falcons to get a huge win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are looking in the mirrors this morning saying, what the hell happened to us? We were supposed to go to the playoffs. We're supposed to win the NFC South. Now they're on a little bit of a slide, and for the Atlanta Falcons and Kirk Cousins, when they're playing the Buccaneers, boy, do they ball out. Kyle Pitts went crazy. Kirk Cousins gets a dub. Raheem Morris is yelling at the camera afterwards. And everybody from Tampa is thinking to themselves, we suck. We are ass. We need to maybe start this entire thing over. Week 15 kicks off in a spectacular fashion. The Sunday slate is going to be absolutely majestic. Army versus Navy, obviously a special day for our entire country. And then tomorrow night, Saturday night's main event on NBC. John Cena will have his final match as a WWE superstar. He will be joining us in about 10 to 15 minutes live in studio. And I want to let you know, those jorts have been walking around this facility for the last 20, 30 minutes. And he is a special individual with a special aura. And every single time you talk to him, you want to tell him, like, hey, you're John Cena. Let's never, ever forget that. And all John Cena says is, whoa, I'm just lucky to be here. I'm just lucky to be here. So for our conversation with him, it's going to be a lot of us letting him know who the hell he is and him responding to us on who we should maybe strive to be a little bit more like him. He's got a tough one in Gunther tomorrow night, as all eyes are in Washington, D.C. to watch the never-seen 17-time champion wrap up his illustrious, greatest of all time career with the WWE. So special Friday here in the Thunderdome. The Talks Tables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. Big one this weekend for the Patriots.
Huge.
One half of the hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys. AP Tone's head is floating above something right here as we see. Tone, last night, nobody on this particular stage, or maybe even in the country, thought that the Falcons were going to be able to do what they did last night. What was the percentage of bets on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last night as favorites of 4.5 points?
65%. So it was another one of those that falls in the category of getting 60% or more of the bets on the public. And that was another loss and another start to a week of potential losing for the public, but just kind of how it's been. And Big Mike said it best yesterday. In these rivalry games, you never know what's going to happen.
Division game, that's all points, and obviously the Atlanta Falcons needed one. They get one. The Bucs need something to change. Let's go to last night, Con Man. Special game. We thought it might have been shite. We might have thought it was ass. Turns out this was an electrifying finish. Somebody needs to tell Al Michaels.
Yeah, incredible. Christmas came early, and yes, someone should probably let Al know, but let's go right to Kyle Pitts. It was all about the Pitts' primetime performance, if you ask me. This was his first touchdown, wide open. Probably should maybe cover him. I don't know about that. He continues to ball out. And when I say continues, I mean right here. Bang. Touchdown number 2. And let me just say, Kyle Pitts probably earned himself $30, $40, $50 million last night, let alone his incredible dance moves. But then the second half, the Bucs kind of pull away. It's okay. You know what? That was cute, Atlanta. Chris Godwin's back. Yep, we'll take that. He also got an octopus this game. It's 2014-26. He gets the 2-point conversion along with the touchdown. You don't see that very often. That's fantastic.
28-14, fourth quarter. 2 scores, 14-point spread. Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a good spot, right, Con Man?
Yes, sir. And not to get lost in the Pitts performance, Bijan Robinson once again goes over 80 yards rushing, over 80 yards receiving. This was his touchdown of the night. Gets him to 28-20. They go for 2. They don't get it, unfortunately. So at this point, too, you're thinking, okay, once again, Atlanta falling a little short.
Down 14, they choose to go for 2. Okay, they choose to go for 2. This is the new statistics thing. They don't get the first one. They're down 8, still a 1-score game.
Still a 1-score game, and guess what? They get the ball back. Huge interception by Alford, and who else? Kyle Pitts with his 3rd of the night. Now, his butt came down and his elbow came down, butt inbounds, elbow out of bounds, but they call it a touchdown on the field. Huge call because in the review, as you see here, I don't know. I don't know.
First.
Yeah, the other angle from the right here does make you think, okay, he's definitely in. But then the other angle, if you will, makes you think, I don't know, not so sure. But either way, hey, that's a touchdown. They go for 2 again, down 28-26. They don't get it.
28-26. So they were down 14. They scored 2 touchdowns, 1 for 2 twice. They're still losing.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 28-26. Game's over, right? Tampa Bay Buccaneers got to put this thing away. The Falcons don't even have any timeouts at this point.
That's what you would think. Hey, just run the ball. Don't have to, get cute. Don't have to throw the ball. Turns out they do throw the ball before the 2-minute warning hits. The Falcons get the ball back, and Kirk Cousins does what Kirk Cousins does. He drives down the field. He fumbles the ball, gets it back, but he drives down the field. 3rd and 28, they convert. 4th and 14 to get here. Zane Gonzalez, 43-yard game winner, takes the soul out of Tampa Bay. Post-game, and we're not going to run it because Todd Bowles is just laced with profanity now, I guess. But he was dropping F-bombs left and right. Everybody basically on Tampa Bay's sideline has no idea what the hell just happened. Zane Gonzalez comes through for Atlanta. Atlanta really not fighting for much aside from pride, and they get the job done. Raheem Morris might have saved his job, ruining Tampa Bay's season. Carolina moves to first into the NFC South. The Bucs now out of the playoff race. It was quite a night for Atlanta, quite a devastation for Tampa Bay.
I don't know if they're out of the playoff race. They still have a chance to win the NFC South.
Excuse me, playoff picture.
They have to play the Carolina Panthers a couple different times, the Bucs do. But if you look at this Bucs collapse from where they were to where they are now, let alone the 14-point collapse in the fourth quarter last night. Slick field, too. Good job on Zane Gonzalez getting the plant foot down and getting a good kick. Congrats to him. Bucs percentage to win the NFC South. When they were 5-1, it was 80%. When they were 6-2, it was 90%. Now they're at 55%. But they got to play the Carolina Panthers twice still. So you're talking about a lot of battles down the line here with a struggling Buccaneers team and a hot Carolina Panthers team. Carolina Mike, I believe, is still doing his 150,000 thing. He was performing at the Big Loud Music Christmas party the other day. He's having shows. Feels like the Panthers are up and to the right. The Bucs are down and to the left. Here's Tristan Wirfs after the game talking about being up 14, losing to the Saints. We lose to the Saints last week, and now we do this.
I mean, we lost to the 2-10 Saints, and we lost to, I don't even know what the Lions record is. So at home, up 2 scores. Yeah, I don't know. That was fucking insane.
At a loss for words, calling it insane. None of them expected to lose that game, especially whenever they go for 2 on both their touchdowns and you're up 2. Falcons have no timeouts. You mentioned it. Before the 2-minute warning, Bucs throw it, stop the clock, incompletion. Then the 2-minute warning comes. All of a sudden, Kirk Cousins gets the ball back. He literally has 2-minute drill, no timeouts, down 2. Kirk Cousins been there, done that. Now, Todd Bowles' defense, Bucs defense, you think maybe be able to get a stop? Kirk Cousins says, I don't think so. We're going to march right down this field. We're going to kick a field goal to win this game in your building, in your face, in the middle of your playoff run. I can't say enough about this Atlanta Falcons team responding to everything that was being said about them, Kirk responding to everything that was said about them, and getting a huge win in an electrifying game on Thursday Night Football in which we thought it could have been an ass game. And on the flip side, when it comes to the Bucs, it's like, what the hell is going on with the Buccaneers? You got Todd Bowles, and you said profanity-laced postgame. It was like, yeah, he was very much, most energy or most emotion I've ever seen Todd Bowles have was after the game in his interview. But I think a lot of Bucs fans are like, where's that during the game whenever it's kind of all unraveling and you're just on the sideline? Feels like Todd Bowles' thing is like, I'm always like this. I'm always like this. Baker Mayfield, obviously, we've seen him up. We've seen him down. We've seen him had great runs with this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. And then now we're kind of watching it fall off. Here's some stats from Hembo. Baker Mayfield with Bucs after week 9. Through 2023 and 2024 after week 9, 12-5 win-loss record. Now here in 2025, 1-5 down the stretch. Obviously, it's not just Baker. It's a lot of things. Mike Evans was back out off of injury last night. He has a huge night.
Yeah.
He was seen on the sideline losing his mind as well. This Buccaneers team, I don't think anybody knows what's going on, but I know Buccaneers fans are saying, everything needs changed immediately, Tone.
So they had the great start, obviously, the 5-1, the 6-2, and then, everyone kind of wrote off the last month or so because of injuries. And then last night, everyone came back, basically. You had Evans, you had Godwin, you had Ibuka, you had McMillan. Like, you had everyone all your weapons that you had in the beginning of the year, you had finally for the first time back again, and everyone thought that would fix it. And for 3 quarters, it did fix it. But also Baker, first 9 weeks, 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The last 5 weeks, 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So it's kind of come off the rails here over the last
maybe
month
they're learning their offense. Maybe people know what they're having, or maybe they're just not playing good ball down the stretch here. If we were to go to like the box score of how many yards were gained and everything like that, the Falcons winning a game with 19 penalties for 125 yards. Now, there was false starts and there was ugly football that they were calling. These refs also, hey, now is not a good time for you refs to be ass. Okay, you guys are starting to like be in the middle of a negotiation with the NFL, and the NFL is starting to release some information on what the current deal is. Like, we're not even allowed to talk to these refs from February until May because the union says we're not allowed to talk to them. We're just no contact rule from the NFL to any of the refs for those 3 months. They don't really speak to the media afterwards because they don't have to because that's in the contract. And the NFL says we're looking to change that. We're looking for off-season training, some off-season conversation. We're looking for a little accountability. This refs union is not. Well, in primetime games, the refs can't be making mistakes. Feels like they were a topic of the conversation last night. Now, some of these are very real. We're not saying that isn't the case. 19 for 125 is a lot of penalties to win a game. Yeah. Buccaneers still looking at it all saying, how did this happen?
Yeah, no, I think Connor hit the nail on the head, too, because if the Falcons were to lose that game last night and you lose that with 19 penalties, like that's the kind of thing where people point to and say, okay, this guy's message isn't getting through. This team's undisciplined. I understand, penalties are also on the players. You can't just put it all on the coach, but largely in part that is like that's on coaching. Hey, we got to make sure we're disciplined, we're doing the right things. So not only does Raheem Morris potentially save his job last night, but now people are like, and granted, it might just be against the Bucs, but does Kirk Cousins, is he all of a sudden, maybe it's not in Atlanta, but is he get a shot to go play quarterback somewhere next year?
Because remember, last year he was ass.
Yep.
So Penix comes in. This year there are some games that weren't great. Now on primetime, has a 2-minute drive to lead the Falcons back to beat the Bucs as 5.5-point dogs, 5-point dogs. Kirk Cousins all of a sudden gets spinning. He's putting in spots. And then Kyle Pitts, you mentioned him earning 30, 40, 50 million. Whenever he was drafted out of Florida, we thought this was the next one. This guy's special. Whenever we saw him in college, we said this guy was special. Then he got to the NFL. Obviously, some turnover in coaching, turnover in offense, turnover in quarterback, you name it. There's a lot of excuses that Kyle Pitts can certainly put out for why it hasn't gone necessarily perfect since day one. They have figured it out. The last couple weeks, last 3 weeks for Kyle Pitts, historic. 3 touchdowns last night on primetime. Good for him. And I'd like to see what Kyle Pitts' career looks like going forward because maybe he did flip a switch and become a guy, and Kirk is obviously pumped for that. Raheem Morris, him yelling at that camera, that was quite a moment.
Yeah, that was.
I feel like that was a big moment for him, for his life, for his future. Yeah, what all day call game.
Call that.
Call game.
Call that. Ball game.
Call game. Whatever it is, I like that he's doing it. I think him and Coach Tomlin pretty tight. Coach Tomlin has a scene where he's looking at the camera, talking his shit, not only the kiss, but in the past there's been this one. So Raheem immediately afterwards is celebrating with the boys and then going, where the hell is this camera at? All these people have been trying to call for my job. Why don't we go ahead and do a little bit of that? Love the moxie out of Atlanta. Doesn't mean that they have anything really to go for the Lombardi this year, but to save a culture, potentially save their team, good for them. Now let's look at the weekend slate. We got big games this week. Huge games this weekend. You stay right there across the top. Obviously, Browns and Bears is going to be a storyline everybody's going to talk about. Khalib Williams, as Coach McCarthy would say, and Shedeur Sanders' storyline. Jets, Jags, 13.5-point spread for the Jags. Congrats to them earning that. And then Bills, Pats. This is it.
Yeah.
This is what we've been waiting for in the AFC East. This is what we've been waiting for with this particular Patriots team. Can they do it against the big bad wolf? Can they, in meaningful games, as dogs, get a huge win over the MVP and the Buffalo Bills to be the actual kings of the AFC East? We get to learn a lot this weekend about your team, Con, man.
Yeah, this is the feeling you've kind of been searching for as a Patriots fan, to get this back again on a Friday, thinking like, wow, on Sunday there's a chance, one, you can go win the division, but two, just kind of restamp what you've already done this whole entire year. The whole conversation for the Patriots all year has been schedule from the outside, not from the inside, but still people have been saying that. It is a chance to go out there and prove, like, okay, as home underdogs, which is very interesting, but as home dogs off of a bye with Mike Vrabel, who's 6-0 off a bye, it's one of the, not including the playoffs, it's one of those things that you do kind of just can't believe we're here. Can't believe we're playing meaningful football in December in the division. So excited. Just can't wait to see it.
To hang a banner up there.
No, we don't hang banners.
What?
The only banners we hang are Super Bowls. We don't give a shit about the division
what?
like Bills fans. We don't give a shit about winning the conference like Bills fans, even though they really haven't done it don't really care about those. We only care about that number one spot, and that's why immediately after that game, I'm throwing on a Packers jersey for that Packers-Broncos slate.
Okay, so Packers-Broncos, obviously gigantic as the Packers head into Denver as 2.5-point favorites. Good for you, Ty. This is a huge game for the AFC standings. If the Patriots get a win and the Broncos get a loss, that changes the trajectory of the playoffs entirely. And for the Packers, this could be continuing stacking momentum into the most important time of the year.
Yeah, without a doubt. And, a lot of people are saying right now, hey, is this a potential, Super Bowl preview? I don't know about that. But, yeah, I mean, this is a massive test for the Packers. Everyone knows how good the Broncos D is. And then you talk about, the kind of playoff picture in the AFC with the Broncos being at the top. Like, the Packers are still right there in the NFC for home field advantage. We know how important home field advantages, especially if you're a Packers fan and things would have to go through Lambeau and you have to play a team like the Rams, or one of these warm weather teams, if you will. So there's a lot at stake there, and now it's kind of all eyes on, is Josh Jacobs going to play? Because he had another MRI. It came back clean, but there still is a thought that he might not play Sunday because they have a couple massive games behind this one.
Josh Jacobs is a dog. Let's assume that he's out there. Chargers, Chiefs, obviously gigantic for the AFC West. 76% of the bets are on the Chargers, getting 5.5, even though the Chiefs are favored at home. Tough night for Herbert, even after the win. Got a lot of bad pub. Do the Chargers continue to grow? And I guess Jim Harbaugh could feel some sort of way with what happened with Michigan. I mean, there's a lot of negative vibes coming off a Chargers primetime win. And the Chiefs, talk about negative vibes.
Yeah.
Trav.
Man.
Yeah.
It's going to be all right, man.
Travis. Kelsey.
Down in the dumps.
I don't like it. He's human exclamation point.
Yeah, exactly.
Not anymore. Flip that upside down.
Well, that's what the Texans defense can do to people. I think we need to remember that. But Travis, you need to know we love you. We appreciate you. And I do appreciate that you are bummed out at this stage of your career, stage of everything, with how the team is performing and how you're putting a lot of onus onto yourself. Yeah. We respect and appreciate that. On his New Heights podcast, it was not.
No.
Doom and gloom.
I felt bummed out.
I was bummed. Yeah,
super bummed out.
When I'm bummed out, I watch New Heights and I say, hey, Trav, Jason, why don't you make me feel good? Then I see this clip and it's like, how do I cheer up Trav? Somebody needs to cheer up Trav over there because of what's going on. Obviously not the year they had hoped thus far. Still 5.5-point favorites over the Chargers at home. And then obviously Vikings, Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Lions, Rams taking place. Colts, Seahawks. Chance of rain, I heard of.
Here we go.
That's perfect.
I didn't see that yet.
That's what Phil Rivers wants.
That's perfect.
44 years old? Yeah, right. Don't you worry about a damn thing. Phil Rivers is ready to ball. All right, as we pivot away from the NFL, let's turn to the greatest of all time conversation. There's a man that is currently in the Thunderdome who's going to walk his way up to this stage, who is considered the greatest of all time in something that is now a global phenomenon. Professional wrestling is something that has shaped my life. I think it's shaped a lot of people's lives. When I was growing up and I would turn it on, I would see these superheroes of humans doing things that I never could have fathomed. And it gave me hope and inspiration on what I could be in the future. Athletics, a little bit of entertainment, some shit talk, and some magic all happening in front of me. Thank you for taking me away from my life and being entertained for a couple hours. This man, 23 years of that.
Sheesh.
This man, actual superhero. I think he had 2% body fat for 23 some years.
Jeez.
Showed up every single day. He's just a dude from Mass up there who's worked his ass off so that he can be called the greatest of all time. And he didn't do it for himself. He did it for literally everybody around him. Every single time or every single question you ask him, you're going to hear the most humble answer of all time. He might be the greatest thespian out there. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. He might be the greatest thespian out there. We have no idea what his acting career will hold. We have no idea what his business acumen is going forward and everything else. But we do know he's going to be a success story. We do know that he's going to be awesome. And we do know that tomorrow night is his last ever match in the WWE. He'll be taking on Gunther on Peacock at Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. Ladies and gentlemen, the never seen 17, John Cena. Yeah! Where's Stu? Where's Stu?
Hey, put it on.
Yeah, you're there. Yeah,
Unless you want you stand in between us.
Hold on. We gotta wait till.
Yep.
Your time is up. My time is now. You can't see me. My time is now.
Take out the Go coffee.
I do love that. Where's that from?
I got to shout out Amberson Coffee and Grocer right here in Indy. Man, this is one of the best coffee joints I've been to. This is a to-go. They give you the glass mason jar. This is a cup of get-up in a glass mason jar.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about your history.
Okay, history. That's just a cold transition.
OVW. No, it's not going to be a cold transition.
No,
that might be a cold
keep
coffee.
it warm. There
OVW in Louisville. Okay, is obviously where a lot of this whole thing started. Rip Rogers, trainer, lives in Indianapolis, from Indianapolis. Indy has been a great hub for professional wrestling for a long time. How often have you been through our city, and how did you know about this place? It feels like you were very familiar with it. You actually yelled at me for not knowing what this place is.
I just informed you that you got quite a good coffee shop. You're like, oh, man, we got good coffee in the back. I was like, man, a coffee forward place is Amberson Coffee and Grocer. They will change the way you view coffee. So,
but it feels like you've been through the city a lot.
I certainly have over the past 2 decades, especially over the past year. We came to Indy twice, so being able to do 2 runs here, that was extremely special. And later on in my career, I guess these last half decade or so, I've been around the world more than 10 times, but I haven't seen anything but the inside of arenas and airports. So. I kind of changed up my philosophy of arrive early enough to experience something. I like a good cafe because it allows you to, I like to have a coffee there and maybe some breakfast there. It allows you to see people coming into work. You get a decent view of the city or people around the city, and then I try to stay for at least a meal afterwards to try to at least, if I'm only in a place for a day, I want to actually see it. I just don't want to see the inside of the arenas that look pretty much identical. And the inside of an airport is kind of identical as well.
Yeah, you want to experience the town a little bit that you've been in so frequently. You've lived this, professional wrestlers, obviously people know you guys are on the road a lot, and it's talked about as the old school days, but I think people aren't you've been living a rock star life on the road for 20-some years.
A traveling entertainer's life. I don't know how rock stars live. I don't want to think for them.
Okay. A traveling entertainer.
I've been on the Traveling Road Show for about 23 years now, and we're hanging it up tomorrow.
Okay,
I can't wear this for one more. I got one more day to wear this. I just wanted to bring the jorts out one more time.
Well, they look amazing.
This is the actual uniform for tomorrow too. I'm very excited.
USA.
USA.
Thank you.
USA.
It's got a lot of Easter eggs on here. A lot of stuff that's important to me. So.
Well, you've been very important to the business that you've been a part of as a traveling entertainer for all these years. So I talked to Michael Cole, who I know is obviously good friends of yours as well. And he talks about wanting to retire sometime. And this guy's been on the road for 30 years. I'm like, I don't think your body will let you ever kind of step away from this type of busyness or this type of hectic or chaos type schedule. Do you think about that? Have you thought about that? Obviously, you've experienced life without the WWE. You've gone away to do some movies. This last time is now tour. You had 30-some jobs, which obviously was a conversation about maybe having 200 at some point, but you had 30-some. Have you thought about that? How life changes, how the schedule changes?
You put a lot into there. You are nonstop. You just wanted to talk about the projections for the tour, the idea, the actuality. You want to talk about are you ready for life to change?
Bingo. That's the one.
This is just my perspective. And only my perspective. I think if you get into something with the understanding that it will be forever, that might be your mindset. I'm here on borrowed time. I got defensively signed in Orange County because of the WCW-WF wars. I was retained in OVW because I could be an entertaining personality to help the talent more prosperous than me fall down. They kept me around in WWE when I made my debut and failed with ruthless aggression. I'm used to, or I've known what it's like to walk that razor's edge, to face my mortality. And I've also, a tried and true lesson that I have learned through this business, through mentorship and the business unfolding in front of my eyes, is everyone is replaceable. Everyone. So when you ask me if I'm set for the next chapter in my life without this thing that's been important to me for 23 years, my answer is yes, because this is something that I do, but it doesn't define me as a human being. I am John Cena, WWE superstar, until the bell rings at the end of the match tomorrow night. And then my role changes, but I'm still alive. I can still find curiosity in life. I can still hopefully aspire to do good things and earn a good life and feel fulfilled.
Yeah, you definitely will. I mean, we're going to dive into your acting and how great of an actor.
It also doesn't need to be monetized. I heard you say before, man, who knows what his business acumen will be? Who cares?
I'm just saying, if you decide to start investing in companies, I don't know what you're going to do.
Who cares?
You got a big brain. You got a big brain.
I just want to always keep a childlike imagination and curiosity. And as long as that happens, I'm square, man.
Okay. Well, I love to hear that. And we will talk about your acting, which is seemingly the next step, at least at this stage, and already a current step. You are so good at it. It's outrageous how good of an actor you are.
Man, that coffee's good.
You're a better actor than that coffee is good. You're not going to want to hear that. But just everything that you've done, Ricky Stanicki, not supposed to be that good. Ferdinand,
right on.
Not supposed to be.
That's how we met.
Bingo. First thing I ever said to you was like, I don't know if anybody's ever said this to you, but you crushed it in Ferdinand.
And no one had ever said that to me.
Peacemaker, nobody.
So good.
I mean, you're just, everything you're in, you are great. So the next step is obviously going to be great. We can't wait to watch it. But the chaos of the life schedule, I'm excited to see kind of how you navigate it all. Now, hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up. These have been things that you've been a part of the John Cena character literally since the beginning. Have you done much reflection on career through this entire
remember
process?
How I told you there are Easter eggs on the shirt?
Yeah.
This is never give up, and my words of what that means to me. I'm duking I'm giving you all a spoiler.
Yeah,
this is hustle, loyalty, and respect, and in my words, what that means to me. So those essentially are like core pillars or core values of my life. And they haven't really faltered over 23 years. I wasn't the same person I am yesterday. I certainly not the same person I was in 2004, 2010. We evolve, we grow. My core values of persistence, hard work, seeking longing connection, and just respect for those who have given you opportunity and respect for the room around you, that has not faltered. So for me to be able to sneak that in on the final, which is also a nice piece of inside baseball to those who get it. Michael Cole will get it. Like I said, there's a ton of Easter eggs on this, but a lot of them are selfish. So I took some real estate for me on this one. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem. 3 losers will love it. And you don't have to apologize to me at all for absolutely anything. That's another Easter egg, I do believe, if I was to drop that accurately. But you've looked back on your career a lot? Or?
No, not at all. My eyes are focused on tomorrow night, Saturday night's main event. We got a hell of a program. I'm honored to share the ring with someone who considers the mat a sacred place, whose moniker given to him is the Ring General, because he commands the best out of his opponents. I know it's not going to be a walkthrough. Probably going to be some strikes. You'll probably hear some from the mezzanine section way up there. I'm really excited to have such a hungry competitor and such a build match, which has tons of anticipation. I'm also excited that we get to glimpse at the future of the business. Javon Evans, Obafemi, Leon Slater, Sol Roca, all going to be on the card against main event WWE current superstars. So this is a program with a bunch of eyes on it that's going to allow me to bow out, but I'm going to earn my way out, because Gunther ain't going to go down lightly. And at the same time, it's going to provide opportunity for the future of the business. So I'll look in the rear view tomorrow, or I'll look in the rear view on Sunday. But right now, it's the night before game, man. I'm focused on Saturday.
I think Gunther is the perfect opponent for you. But that was obviously something that I couldn't imagine the decision being made. And obviously he earned it through the last time is now tournament. And he was the one who, in the ring, earned the opportunity to be your final WWE match. Every match that you've had on this run has obviously been either highly scrutinized or highly loved. I mean, the AJ Styles thing getting added in is what everybody thinks, allegedly. Who knows what's real, what isn't with the business, dish business, you never know. But all of these decisions getting made, and all the things that you're hearing, I mean, let alone the heel turn and everything like that, you seemingly do always have that whatever's good for the business, whatever's good, whatever you think mindset. Have you had that your entire run? Who was the one that basically said, like, hey, your mindset should be like this? And how have you maintained that? Because as soon as you walked in here, I got mad at you, because I heard the Chris Van Vliet interview where you said, after you gave the AJ Styles by Alicia, who's incredible what she does, the intro, you said, I apologize because I went into business for myself and everything like that.
Yeah, but the apology was by choice. I was forced by no one. It's something I had to do.
I know, and I got so mad at you for saying it. You're John Cena. You don't have to apologize to anybody, okay?
But no, I didn't feel right. I had I asked permission to do it, I'm more than likely I would have been allowed, or certainly I would have taken. I'm always in search for a good explanation. Somebody says no and then gives me a good explanation, well, that's no. If someone has a suggestion and gives me a good explanation, that's fine. And a lot of my creative path and just adapting to the cards that are dealt is because they get dealt with a good explanation. And I don't really care about, and I said this on Chris as well, like, yeah, we can sit here and chatter about what could have been, or we can react to what is. And we can go like hell to make what is great. And what I love about the whole year now, this is something we can reflect on. The whole year was an intentional year-long story. Some moments folks liked, some moments they hated, some moments wished it'd pan out different. But that's like a microcosm of someone's existence. You know, as we go through 23 years of John Cena in the WWE, man, I wish some moments were different. I wish you had this opponent more because of the magic you had. Why did they ever book you in this angle? Why did you ever do this? It is a microcosm for what I've done. I love the fact that at least through it all, again, a small microcosm of my reality, fans loved it and hated it. Just like me. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. This last year has been like a compacted version of let's go Cena. Cena sucks. And then the realization of like, it's almost not me. It's like all of us. We're all just kind of getting all of our emotions out. And I'm getting way too deep. And I never put a lot of focus on, man, what could have been. If somebody chooses to bail or we no longer have this option, that's fine. The easiest indicator of this, and this happens all the time, is injury. And injury is easy because it's inarguable. Hey, this person is on the trajectory to be the man. Blown out knee. We're going to have them forfeit their spot. Somebody's going to have to jump. Nobody complains about that. What if somebody's burnt out?
Oh, I'll tell you what.
What if somebody just can't go? What if somebody decided that like, yo, I don't have the passion for it anymore? Would I rather keep that person on my team or just take a rest? Let's put somebody with passion and purpose in there and see what happens. But I'm not going to sweat like, oh, but we could have done great stuff. You take the time you need to get right in your own brackets. And if you never come back into our gravity, thanks for all you did for us. But let's move forward, man. Let's move forward. And I love the fact that like there's been so many pivots. AJ, that was a pivot. You know, Brock was a pivot. Post WrestleMania, all that stuff, pivot. Because of the pivot, I got Randy. I got Punk. I got to work with Logan in a singles match. Because of the pivot, I got Dom. I got AJ. I got Ron Cena. I got Sami Zayn. Yeah. I got Cody at SummerSlam. Like, because of pivots, I got all these great moments. Never once was I like, but it could have been this. Yo, look what we got.
Going into it, you had a thought of what it was, obviously, whenever it's getting pitched. And now that we're at the end of it, I'm talking about this tour. I'm not talking about your entire career.
Yeah. By the way, probably the same.
Yeah, I guess life, we get deeper into that if you want to. But going into this last time.
Don't wade in the water you don't want to be in.
Yeah, well, I smoke a little bit. I can get in there. The Last Time Is Now tour, though, whenever you sign up for it, that's a big emotional decision, I would assume. You know, a chapter of your life. Hey, we're actually declaring that this is going to be the last run. Now that we're at the end.
We talked about that, too. This is it. Tomorrow night, this is it. I am not coming back. And I understand you only have the data before me that you go on. No wrestler retires, right? That changes with me. Whether it all changes and everybody else after me retires and decides not to come back, that's fine. What I urge fans out there, please watch tomorrow and give yourself the closure that you need. Because my biggest concern is people are like, oh, no, he's going to parlay it into WrestleMania, or this match would be great. No. Tomorrow night is it. And if you don't believe me, if you're not ready to take that on, you may not get the closure you want. And I just urge fans when they watch tomorrow to let it all out and understand that that's it. I've come to grips with it. I look forward to tomorrow with such a positive attitude and so much excitement about making that run one more time. But that's the last time. And I think that's important to say because the data before me suggests that that's not a permanent thing. Man, I've been called a lot of stuff, but very rarely am I called a liar. And I promise you I'm a man of my word on this one.
Yeah, it feels like you are taking the integrity aspect of saying this is my last time, I'm not lying to you. And it's not just you, it's a lot of traveling entertainers.
And I also don't mind the perspective that other folks have. They're entitled to that. If I could just use a couple seconds of valuable airtime and say yo, at least get the closure you need. I'm good with it, I'll be fine. but I ain't coming back.
Okay, and you're going first tomorrow? I heard you said that.
That is Pizzagate, homie.
What? What?
I was on Jimmy Kimmel. I said I'm ending the show. I said I normally go to bed early, but I'm going to have to stay up late for this one. I guess people didn't read between the tea leaves. Like, we're last. And by the way,
John Cena's final match is going last.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I don't know how the rumor started. I think there's I think some folks with credibility like to kick a hornet's nest every once in a while and get people chattering. And I understand we're in the age of information, so it's going to keep my attention. You're not last? Sure, that'll keep my attention for a few hot clicks. I don't even know how that started. It's difficult to conceptualize that. Again, I don't make the menu. And if I show up tomorrow and they want me to go on first, well, that's what I'm going to do. But we are last as this point.
Okay, as you should be. Cannot wait for the entire show, available on Peacock tomorrow, Saturday night's main event. But what I was leading into there was
the idea that I had about the tour and the actuality.
Yeah, and also we're here now. Like, we're at it. And you said you'll be doing a reflection thing on Sunday and all of that. But now we are at the point where it's kind of over. You're a heel for the first time ever, okay?
Yeah.
I'm sure you thought about that numerous times, whether you're traveling or on the road, what it would be like if you were a heel. Obviously, celebrating and enjoying cities for the last time. It's like, now we're the day before the final time.
Mm-hmm.
And your vibes about this last time is now entire tour. Good. You said you think you crushed it because of the pivots and everything like that. So when you lay your head down tonight and you think about it all, and I know reflections for Sunday, but when you think about it all, you're going to say, we done good here. This is a good piece of business, and you think you respected professional wrestling and your career with what has happened in this last time is now tour?
A great question. I think there are so many metrics because it's opinionative. Am I entertained or not? So if you look at the collective data, right? My goal in life is anyone that bets on me. If you bet $1 on me, I want to give you back 10. Because I know you'll give me another $1 and I get another chance. Every piece of good work is only a way to get you another opportunity. I'm not perfect with that ratio, but from an analytic company standpoint, I'd like to think we delivered. From a talent to talent standpoint, I'd like to think I delivered. From an audience participation standpoint, we had lots of folks show up, and whether the noise was bad or good, I know what apathy sounds like because I heard that real early on in my career a whole lot. I didn't hear a lot of apathy. Mm-hmm. So you got consistent chatter, return business, and the company's happy. The fans seem interested. I think the whole story of what this is yet to be told, but we're here now. So as we go into the last one, I think not only with black and white analytics and just emotional instinct, I know I couldn't have given anything else, man. I've given everything I've had, creatively, physically. Like I said, I'm waking up in the middle of the night. And my wife's like, "Yo, you okay?" I'm like, "No, I got this idea for a spot. I got to write it down. Or I got to remember to say this in the promo, or I got to remember to suggest somebody else say this." Like, I've been 100% in. So what I do know is, after tomorrow, I have nothing left to give. But I'd like to think that all parties included can say, like,
yeah,
man, it was a wild ride.
Yeah, you done good, John.
It was a wild ride.
Go, John.
Yeah, done good.
Thanks. Appreciate you. Right from one cup of coffee to another, to-go cups.
That's
Yours is bigger than mine.
Yeah, it looks like you got a glass of coffee and I got a cup of coffee, but that's a Cena difference, baby. That's a Cena difference. I think you've done a great job. And that whole reality
But
thing.
that's okay. People to think otherwise is okay. Like, that's,
No, I understand that. But you
that's
talking
been
about
my
the
existence.
reality of the business is a huge deal. You know, like me having the opportunity to work in WWE for a little bit and getting to see it and then seeing what people have to deal with. Well, actually, it was somebody got sick in a city. Just something as small as somebody got sick or a flight got delayed.
That got my first match. Undertaker was sick. He couldn't make the shot. So Kurt Angle calls out a dude with ruthless aggression. I had to get my hair cut at 3:30, came back in and wrestled a gold medalist.
You on SmackDown?
Yeah, me on SmackDown is because everybody was stuck in Saudi, so I got a chance to commentate in Buffalo. I get a call that says, like, hey, everybody's stuck in Saudi Arabia. Could you get to Buffalo tonight? Absolutely, I said.
Sure.
I could definitely do that. Could I at that time? No.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I had no idea, but I said, yes, absolutely, I can get there.
Figure it out.
Yeah, and
if you do good work, it'll get you another chance. It might not get you where you want to be. It might, you had mentioned, I had an idea about what I thought this year would be. And the people who own the entity that I'm pitching, their response is like, I like the idea, we just want to do it this way. just because it's my idea doesn't mean it's a good idea. I got to be able to adapt. If I want to do the thing, I kind of got to be collaborative. And I think a lot of times in entertainment, especially with star-driven entertainment, we lose the idea that like it is us doing this. We are only as good as our collaboration. Your effing John Cena is a testament.
That's why I kept saying to him this morning.
That is a testament to everybody I've ever danced with. Absolutely, because I'm a collaborator. I'm not anything without them. And that includes the people in the stands. Because you let's go to DC tomorrow and don't let anybody in. You see how
COVID time, brother.
You see how raucous that match is. Yeah. So we're all doing it together. That's why I say like tomorrow isn't about me stepping down. It's about like sports entertainment, closing a chapter, and also opening another one at the same time. It's that last page of the chapter that folds into the next one. You get to see the future, but we're also closing this 25-year thing and taking a look at the next ride.
Yeah, but you'll be remembered then, now,
nobody remembers
and
anybody.
forever.
Nobody remembers
Yes,
anybody.
you
And
will.
that's, by the way, that's not the way it should be. Tomorrow should happen. People should be excited and emote. January comes, I need you looking at the Rumble, and I need you looking at WrestleMania. Because that means you're excited about the business. And in actuality, if you're excited about the business and the superstars in it, that makes every accomplishment meaningful, which makes a number like 17 meaningful, which brings me up casually in conversation when somebody's chasing down 17 and when somebody gets 18. That's how it all's supposed to work. But if they're still thinking about me in January, which is 2 weeks away from tomorrow, we got to focus on what is. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the respect, but the utmost respect is to look forward and look at the future of where we're gonna go.
I understand that, and I respect that. And I think you signed an ambassador deal with the WWE, so obviously the WWE still very much wants John Cena to be a part of the family. Will forever, because you're fucking John Cena. Okay, so as you need to remember forever.
In a different role.
Yeah, before the boys ask their questions for you, final one for me is, can you tell me about Stu a little bit? I obviously know Stu. Everybody that's been in WWE knows Stu. You talk about dancing partners. What a perfect tag team partner for you.
So first of all, again, you hear me say this a lot. Nobody does it alone. Honestly, all these memorable moments that we have, there's a partner attached and more partners attached. I'm talking about like Dega Catering, who feeds us, all the folks behind the scenes. I was told not to break the fourth wall, not to talk to the camera. So I said, fuck it, I'll talk to the cameraman. And I can look right over the lens and Stu's there. And we got a whole crew of camera folks and people that make this live event look the way it does. A whole TV truck of folks that shoot the cuts and make our stuff a lot better than it is. And my conversation with Stu, who's an individual I care deeply for, is also a conversation with what I call the truck. Everybody in that room over there, making sure we all look good. And every time I say, let's go to work, those men and women have already been hard at work, making the show awesome before the first bump is even taken. So Stu is kind of a conduit to my conversation, not only to the audience out there, because I'm stealing a way to break the fourth wall, but it's also me talking to folks that I care about who never, ever, ever get to be in the center of a ring and have the audience go, fantastic. But without them, we are worthless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
WWE crew is the greatest.
It is the greatest.
They are the greatest people. And a lot of them, you talk about traveling entertainers, a lot of them have been on the road for 30 years.
And do it because it is what they love to do, because they're not getting applause, man. They're not getting any of that. They just show up and hustle. Like,
you're talking about pre-show routines to keep the body loose now, because that's how long they've been around. You're talking about prepping before the thing, all the camera people, the people in the truck, the lighting,
just the time.
The greatest people. Dude.
The time under tension I've spent with these people over 25 years. Like, man, I know them. We're all. It's a family business. Like you spend so much time around these people, you just get to know them.
What if Stu tomorrow just punches you in the face from the camera? Says, you know what, actually, I'm sick of this thing.
Stealing my job.
So if he throws a Ohio right and he connects, I'm going to tell him, I've been with him 25 years, he hasn't learned to work and punch.
You are a good
Have
punch
I
thrower.
taught you nothing?
Hey, nobody talks about the old Cena punch. Cena throws
Have I
good
taught
punch.
you nothing?
All right, let's. The boys have some. Go ahead, Con Man. Boston Connor.
Yeah, John, speaking of, too, I love the last fit. I'm hoping that maybe it's because you're, rushing the passer for the Patriots on Sunday after your match.
You can look through whatever lens you want to, my friend. I'm glad you like the style.
Yeah, perfect. All right, well, then I'm going to just hold on to that hope until 1 o'clock on Sunday. But speaking of, Stu and Michael Cole and kind of the tribute videos, like, what do you feel when you see stuff like that? Because a lot of it is awesome. All the old clips of you wrestling is incredible, and Michael Cole is on the call for damn near all of them. And, what does he mean to you just as a person, let alone an announcer? And when you do see all of these people who you've danced with in your terms, and also people that you haven't even, them reaching out, like what does that kind of evoke out of you? Just because, all the accolades, the 17 and everything, it is incredible, but just what about the relationships and what that means to you?
So the relationship with each individual here is they're all different. I think what I take away most from all this is, again, we did this together, and I understand exactly how lucky I am. I am like one of, if not the luckiest human being on the face of the earth. Very rarely does life hand us a lottery ticket. I've been getting lottery ticket after lottery ticket after lottery ticket.
Amen, brother. Save us. So
Now,
we.
every ticket is simply a chance to work harder. When I see something like this, I think when I begin to reflect on 2.5 decades, the thing that I want to, I guess, be validated, and the thing that I always struggle with is, did I do enough? Did I reach enough people? Did I use my opportunity correctly? Did I make the most of this lottery ticket or stack of lottery tickets that you've handed me? Because I'm a fan. I'm an observer of life. I've seen people waste them, and I've seen people use them, and there's no better feeling. You want to root for the folks who use their lottery tickets. When I see something like this, it says that we shared a lot of moments and that there's mutual respect from especially people who are kind of apprehensive, and even in the face of the show, who respect the business, will give me a second of their time. It means the world to see all this, because it means hopefully I did okay with my lottery tickets.
Yeah, I think you did, buddy. Mm-hmm. And you gave lottery tickets to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's because you're fucking John
Cena.
Okay, so you need to know that.
That's what the business does, man.
2.5 decades into this, and we are living the luckiest life of all time. But it does feel as if everybody in this business, old school and new school, all appreciate you. You've gone through a lot of different generations here, iterations of professional wrestling, from when it was still kind of viewed as carny side, not really thing, to mainstream, to out of kind of public favor, to struggling with tickets, to now being the biggest it's ever been financially and tickets-wise and globally and everything like that. Your thoughts on the current state of the business? I know you said if you want to pay the ultimate respect to me, you continue to watch and look forward to what the next generation is. You're trying to put over a lot of NXT talent, and whenever Sol Ruka's flip stunner or flip cutter off the corner is insane. I think she did off the top rope too. People are going to lose their mind. Javon Evans is outrageous.
He's real, dog.
He is outrageous. Oba is insane. I mean,
presence.
Yes, he certainly is. So I appreciate the fact that you are utilizing your last platform, your last big one, to put over the future of the business. But the business has changed mightily since you got into it.
Sure.
There is a different world, different time. From the Unreal situation going on with Netflix, which I think you and I kind of viewed it the same. I don't want to say I'm old school in this business, but I didn't necessarily love the thought of what Unreal was.
Coming from the guy who filmed me backstage, just kept filming all the time. I'm like, yo, man.
That was foxy. That was foxy.
Is there any like, hey, you
where's this going?
Yo, man.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I don't know.
Did you ever see that film anywhere? Okay, anyways, on that note, we protect this business. So, but with the Unreal, with the streaming platforms, with how global it is, like, how do you feel about the state of the business? And what do you think about the future of it whenever it comes to creative, stars of the future, what's going to happen? Like, how long can the WWE continue to do this? How long can wrestling continue to do this in your eyes with the current state of everything?
So I honestly believe that live entertainment has a strong future. We don't know what the advent of new technologies will bring, but man, I think humans want to see humans do stuff. And I think WWE and sports entertainment's in a real good spot. I think people like getting together in groups, and the more we do this all day, the more maybe we want to get together in an arena or stadium and just emote and lighten our backpacks a little bit. I think WWE is in a great spot to do that. The talent roster is deep. I mean, we used to look to the bullpen. It used to be only a couple guys on the bench. Now we got people elbowing for spots. Like, we are deep, and it has never been a better time. If you're one of the active participants, it's never been a better time to be a WWE superstar. You get paid the most it's ever seen to train. You get paid the most, numbers that I couldn't even think about. The guys are making now to draw money. I mean, it is, you can make a vocation out of it in a short period of time. It's approaching that athlete's window where if you do your 5-year deal, if you do the small 3-year deal and then an extra one, gosh, you will never know want. And it used to be more incentivized. I think they're taking better care of the talent, but who's to say if that is good or bad? I prefer to be incentivized. I prefer to like go out there and create interest, but I don't know because I've never been on the other model. We're working less events. I prefer to get that in-season groove, but I don't know the alternative. And I love the create more demand, which creates more excitement. Like, everything has a good explanation behind it. I'm not the biggest fan of Unreal, and I've told the producers of Unreal that, but I also say, hey, just because I don't like it doesn't mean it isn't right. The business, the consumer wants more, and they want to show behind the scenes. So they're just going off of what they know, and we're trying to give the consumer what they want. I saw every episode, so who's really wrong? And I'm excited for season 2, so who's really wrong? But just because it makes me feel uncomfortable, if it's a success, maybe I got to look in the mirror and ask myself, okay, what about me doesn't feel comfortable with this? There's what I love about, to answer, never been a better time than right now. There have been the golden era, the boom of the attitude era. This is like sustained, incredible growth through all platforms and expansion and more content and allowing people to get out there and do what they do. There's never been a better time. The way we recruit is different with the NIL program, so we can get people who maybe you didn't love wrestling all your life, but you can be drawn into it and fall in love with it as a second mountain. It is incredible. And what I love about it most is I was always taught in the business, especially when I started gaining traction, swing big. Do not be afraid to swing big. And just because I personally don't get a lot of the swings, when I hear a comment like, I'm old school, what I hear is, I don't want to adapt. That's all I hear. I like the way it was, and I don't want to adapt. And if you want to look deeper into that, you can be like, okay, well, really what I'm saying is like, I like discipline, or I like coaching this way, and I'm not accustomed to this way of how we're doing it. I get all that. We can dig deeper on everything. But when I hear somebody say I'm old school, it's they just don't want to adapt. They like what was. So it's time to move on. As far as being in the business, never been a better time. But here's the kicker. The biggest challenge now is on the business, is on the men and women out there performing, because boy, have they had some large shoes to fill. We got to keep growing and we got to keep prospering. And I don't know if a lot of folks have seen hard times. A lot of folks have seen a house 12% filled.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So having gone through that, you feel great about where you're leaving the place. But the kids now, they don't know shows that aren't sold out, and they don't know, selective noise and like again 10% draw of an arena. But it's their lottery ticket. Their lottery ticket is like, best time ever. Work hard to keep it up. So I'm interested to see where it goes. I mean, consumer chatter is an all-time high. Engagement's at an all-time high. We're in a real good spot. I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, you've done a great job with your time. And the baton is obviously well carried whenever you were carrying it. Excited to see the next generation of superstars take it to the next level. That's always the goal for this business. Ty has a question for your next business.
Yeah, in terms of your acting career, I read an article, I think it was earlier this week, and it was maybe one you did with Variety or Vanity Fair or something like that. And it was when you were, I don't remember if it was 12 Rounds or The Marine or whatever it was, but you were filming over in Australia, didn't really love the experience, because it was a lot of, hey, we need you here by this time, and then you get there and then you just wait. And I think you talked to either your business partner or someone, and the decision was basically made like, hey, we're done with this for now, right? At some point in that.
I want you to finish the thought because I want to jump in a bunch here, but I want to hear you out.
And this might go back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier with who knows whether that's accurate or not. But so then you have that hiatus where you're not acting and it's all WWE for a while. At what point did you, if that is true, at what point in your career, when you are established, one of the biggest superstars in the history of professional wrestling, at what point did it go off where it's like, you know what, maybe I do want to dip my toes back into acting, and I want to kind of go in full bore with this, knowing that you had it made in the shade in WWE. Like, you didn't have to do that, but it was something that maybe you found like a new passion for. You're like, you know what, I actually could be really good at this.
So the statement is great. The question is great. A lot of what I'm hearing, the way you describe your question, is it was my choice. It was not at all. I did the Marine as a young 20-something superstar who went from going from city to city with audiences and arenas chanting your name and going bonkers. Like, while I was in Australia filming the Marine, all I thought about was wrestling. So my passion wasn't in it. I was uninvested. And in doing so, I was also unprofessional, which made me unreliable. Then I kept doing movies, and the reason I did the Marine and did 12 rounds and did all these movies was a business model. WWE Films was supposed to make us movie stars so more people go through the turnstiles, which means more noise and more excitement, and we needed that at that point. I didn't do movies because I wanted to do the craft. I did movies to sell more tickets. So something's going to suffer. Yes, we might sell more tickets, but the movies are going to suffer because I wish I was in Nassau Coliseum or Rosemont Horizon, not on a movie set, twiddling my thumbs waiting for them to blow something up. My mind was elsewhere. I wasn't present. So when you say, oh, you and your business partner said, we're not doing this anymore. No, my best friend and manager, I can't even call him manager because I don't like the term. My best friend, Dan Boehm, who's been side by side with me for over 2 decades, I looked at him and said, after doing a bunch of shitty movies, and said, yo, we're never gonna do movies again, aren't we? And this is the guy whose job is to hunt for film. He turned to me and said, no, we're not. But don't worry about it, we're gonna find another way. And we did. I started hosting live shows. I started hosting game shows. I started doing cameos on TV shows, little quick hits. I read the news, stuff to keep me engaged, to keep my skills sharp. Just why I want to be an ambassador for the WWE. I don't want to lose the pulse. I want to keep that sharp because there's passion there. And then I got a lottery ticket. Somebody wanted me to come and audition. And I was a little older, a little wiser. And finally, I said, hey, man, if you say yes to this, we talked about this off camera. I want to be an actor. All right, put the same passion and elbow grease beside it as when you said I want to be a wrestler. What did I do when I said I want to be a wrestler? Back in Kentuckiana, I bought as many tapes as I could. I invested in my appearance. I kept myself lean, strong, always looking to improve, go extra practice. Put that amount of effort into this and just see where it goes. And do that over repeated amounts, and the law of compounding interest should yield. But I didn't say, like, time to get back in the movie biz. No, somebody bet on me. And I approached it with the passion to give them $10 back. And that happened. So somebody else bet on me. And I tried to give them $10 back. And like I said, I ain't perfect, but nowadays, if you were like, yo, man, we could do this over Zoom. Fuck no, we do it face to face.
No, the fact that you flew all the way out here the day before your last,
but this is
we are obviously very thankful for
Yeah.
it. But when I was being told you were going to fly out here, I was telling WWE people, I was like, no, just tell him he doesn't have it. And you're like, no, we're definitely doing it.
Yeah, because I want to be good for you guys. I want to be good for the show. I want to be good for our show. You're an advocate for the business. Hell, you're a co-worker. You know what I'm saying? So again, y'all gave me an opportunity, and I'm just trying to give you back 10. You know what I'm saying? So
You did.
I learned from my mistakes early on of, like, your heart wasn't in it. And if you try to put as much effort as you put into this thing that you truly love, then love it. Love what you now do. Don't, a lot of New Year's resolutions gonna be, I want to get in shape. Fucking do it. One foot in front of the other and start grinding. Like, I want to eat more healthy. Do it. I want to drink less. Do it. Like, you gotta approach it with passion and commitment. And I didn't have that. And I can say that because I got a lottery ticket. And honestly, without that ticket, I would still say that. Like, that's where I missed. But from my failure, it was a huge takeaway of, like, man, you got a chance to do something. Let's see where it goes. And I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to make bad movies. Like,
I doubt it.
no, man.
I don't think you are.
Just like I'm going to have bad matches. This whole year is, hey, this is great. This sucked. This is awesome. Why is he booked in this? It happens. It happens, man. But if you give all you can, I at least have, like, the sleep is sound. I've done all I can. The sleep wasn't sound because I knew my heart was elsewhere. That's a great question, but you understand how, like,
for sure,
you're like, oh man, and then you just said, no, I'm not doing this anymore, and then you just said, like, I'm doing it again. No, it was not like that.
Well, we want to let you know that whatever lottery ticket brought you into whatever business, we're thankful for it because we've enjoyed the hell out of watching you. Thank you for your commitment to our entertainment.
What a cup of coffee.
Great glass of coffee that you had there, but also incredible run in one particular business that we all love. Can't wait to see whatever you do next. Can't wait to watch tomorrow night on Peacock.
That's
Saturday
what we're
nights.
here for. Please watch tomorrow night.
For the love of everything holy, tomorrow night, Cena will dance for one final time with Gunther.
Let's almost go to work.
Hey, I want to let you know, you can wrestle. You can wrestle.
For one more night. And after that, I cannot. You were all right. I cannot after that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT, John Cena.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
That all.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this magical John Cena Feel Good Friday, December 12, 2025. Hour 2 of the program begins now.
Football!
Had a massive night last night as NFL Week 15 kicked off in the NFC South as the Falcons got a unpredictable win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are in an interesting spot with an opportunity to still win the NFC South, but certainly down on their luck as Kirk Cousins and Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson and Raheem Morris in a defense that was able to get stops whenever they need it, get a huge win on Thursday Night Football as Week 15 of the NFL slate is going to prove to be electrifying. We just got done with a conversation literally about 45 seconds ago with the greatest of all time, John Cena, who flew all the way out here to have a conversation with us the day before his final match tomorrow night against Gunther. Saturday night's main event live only on Peacock. For one final time, we get a chance to watch the John Cena show. The dude's a beast. The dude's a stud. He's everything you think he is. You know, it's almost like a Tim Tebow type thing.
Yeah, yes, it is.
It's like you see him on TV, you wonder what it's like. Is this gimmick? Is this character? I know that's his name. I know it's his WWE name. And then every conversation we've had with him today, both or ever basically, has all gone in a similar fashion. It's always John Cena. And he's special. The run has been special. What he has done for that business is special. And tomorrow night, it wraps up. I can't thank him enough for doing that. The Talks Tables here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys AP Tone is here. And joining us live from an attic in Ohio is a college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, Hawker.
Hawker, what's up, dude?
Cena was great, man. He gives you 10 back every time you give him one, or he gives you one. I've heard him do it around on a couple different other podcasts.
Nailed it.
I understood what he meant, but yeah, he's an inspirational dude, man, for sure.
Certainly inspirational, but also like his work ethic and the way he views life and how appreciative he is of everything is certainly warranted of massive praise. And I mean, maybe we should have had The Miz on to join us for this entire thing, but tomorrow night's going to be special, and we can't thank him enough. And how about this? I got This bad boy's going to be in the studio for a while.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and D-Bone came his pants earlier. It was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool little moment. Had to get a little wipe down, in the pants area because of what he did whenever he saw John Cena walk in. And we're obviously incredibly thankful for all of it. And tomorrow night, we will all watch Army-Navy tomorrow. Last night, though, AJ, Week 15 kicked off. We both were on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because there was so much in front of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mike Evans was coming back. He's going to have a good night, right? They have to win. Well, he did have a good night. They had a good night, and they lose. Tristan Wirfs, all-pro tackle for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers after the game, was basically speechless about how insane it was that they lost the game, that they had a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter. And so, AJ, your takeaway from last night, what are your thoughts on where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are right now, where the Atlanta Falcons are right now, and the Carolina Panthers? Carolina Panthers might be hosting a playoff game this year?
Yeah, it's pretty quick the turnaround that happened in Carolina, but I take it more from I give the Falcons credit for winning this game, going out and finding a way to win. Now the Bucs, I don't know what exactly is happening with them. It's a weird situation what we've seen, especially the second half of the year for them. But we should have known, of course Kirk's got that magic left in him. Of course Kirk's going to lead him back when they need a drive, fourth down, big third down conversions all the time. Kirk still can show some of that Kirk magic, and obviously it doesn't hurt that Kyle Pitts has the game of his life.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts has the game that we all would hope that Kyle Pitts would have whenever he's playing his best ball. We hope we will continue to see that because he is special. Mm-hmm. I mean, they even had Sills has a catch there. He had a drop touchdown earlier in the game. They had 19 penalties for 125 yards. Obviously, there was not a clean game. The field was slick as hell. I mean, you're talking about potential ugliness. And the Atlanta Falcons just kept fighting, get back, hit a game-winning field goal. A lot of people not happy that Al Michaels just kind of said, and it goes in. And people in Charlotte are happy. It was a 14-point comeback. Obviously, a huge swing of momentum goes to the Atlanta Falcons at the end of that game. An improbable dub. Look how happy their team is. And the NFC South playoff race is now in complete turmoil. People weren't thrilled with Al Michaels' lack of emotion there late and how big of a game that was, a meaningful football season.
Yeah, maybe Al Michaels was just shocked too. And also just because the Atlanta Falcons are kind of playing for nothing, so I can sort of see Al Michaels' point, but at the same time, Al, just a little juice maybe. If you can go to the 3rd and 28, Foxy, a lot of Falcons fans on the internet, and I tend to agree with them, are saying the Falcons have kind of made up for the 28-3 blown victory in the Super Bowl because of this. Because not only did this happen, Kirk Cousins also fumbled the ball on first down, and tie goes to the runner, I suppose, and they end up recovering the ball at the same time as the Bucs do, and it was a very quick Vita Vea, of course, smart guy. Hey, I know it's our ball, this game's over, but Kirk right here, fumble, and then he falls on it. Does anybody fall on it? But they immediately call it Atlanta. Maybe this is the turning of a page of the Atlanta kind of curse. We talk about it with the Panthers. The Panthers were almost cursed.
Pause.
And then
28-3 is right there.
Right there. It is right there. and it is one of those cool things. They come back down 14. They have a 3rd and 28 on their final drive. Even a 4th and 14. That was kind of a casual. Yeah, they converted a 4th and 14. Kirk Cousins.
No timeouts.
No timeouts to Mr. Sills, who respectfully isn't as if he was Kyle Pitts.
He's Mountaineer.
The 4th overall pick. Mountaineer, high school quarterback legend, basically changed the rules of high school football. But again, a lot of the things that happen for the Falcons team on this drive were miraculous. It is almost, hey, if next year the Falcons go 12-5 and win the division, feels like we're looking back at this game as when everything changed for them.
Yeah, you never know what's going to break a curse. And if it is a 3rd and 28 and it says 28-3 on the bottom, and a 28's on the other team's side, and 3 is on your side like it is there at the bottom, 3-28, and then obviously on the screen there it's different. But yeah, maybe last night was the breaking of the curse. Shout out to Kirk for doing that for Atlanta. They paid him a lot of money, So him breaking that curse is obviously at least the least he could do on his way out. Tone, the public lost again.
Yes, they did.
That's what we've continued to do this season, it feels like.
Yeah.
We've had one winning weekend where 60% of the bets or more has won. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it was a couple, 2 or 3 weeks ago that happened. Every other weekend, the public lost.
Okay, so we start out 0-1 as 65.
We're in a hole.
Yeah, okay, and we're going to come back.
But I was just looking it up. The Bucs are still the favorites to win the NFC South. They're minus 130 to the, I believe it's plus 110 for the Carolina Panthers. Now, I don't know if that's only because the Panthers are only 2-point favorites going into New Orleans, a good football team. Plus, they have to play the Panthers 2 times. So, yes, last night sucked. You would rather get that win so that your odds are even better to win the division, but they are not dead yet, obviously, with 2 games still left against them.
The NFC South is going to be the division that everybody points to for changing the playoff rules, Ty.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think someone mentioned it before the show, and it could be them screwing over the Lions, who are the team that proposed in the offseason, hey, we need to do away with this. If a team is, 8-9 or 9-8, and we have another team in the NFC who goes 11-6, like that team needs to get in. There's a very good chance that one of these teams who is 11-6 is potentially going to get screwed over and miss the playoffs because of the NFC South.
Yeah, and people are going to be mad they're getting a home playoff game.
Yep.
And other teams have to go. We go from potential 1 seed to 5 seed, and now all of a sudden this team has this. It's like, yeah, that's how the rules are. Win your division, maybe you'll be a little bit better.
Exactly.
And they're like, well, if we're in the NFC South, any of us could have won this division. Well, it's like, but
well, you're not.
So let's live in reality, okay? Let's not live in a fairy tale land. Speaking of reality, next weekend, the college football playoff will kick off. Friday night, Oklahoma, Alabama. Saturday at noon, Miami will travel to College Station. Kyle Field will be hosting a college football playoff game as Texas A&M, short into Elco's tenure, is now one of the teams still vying for a national championship. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is the man who's the leader of that Aggie football team. A man who's had incredible quotes this year. I mean, just a professional press conference.
So good.
Amongst many other things. Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the program, a man who will see us on the sideline as we do a field pass for his home playoff game live on ESPN2, the head coach of Texas A&M's football team, Mike Elco.
Yeah!
How are you, Mike?
All right, before we get going, Pat, how much does it cost to get you on my team as the hype guy?
Okay, I would love to be the hype guy for the Texas A&M Aggies. I think you guys do have money down there, so I think we could.
We do.
Yeah,
I do. I think we can put a good package together for you for sure.
I'm open to anything. Send a pitch deck. Would love to get down there. Love the cowboy boots down there. Last time I went down there, I was gifted cowboy boots and I was gifted some hats. I mean, I love your town down there, College Station. Let's talk about it. Hosting a playoff game. Obviously, this is the dream whenever you take the job. But now that you're here, how does it feel down there? How does the community feel? And what do you think people are going to see if they're potentially watching Texas A&M not in prime time because it's a noon game, but you get it, in a prime position where it hasn't been for a long time?
Yeah, the energy obviously is real. I think this is what this program and this town has been waiting for, the chance to get to host playoff football, first time in the playoffs. And you've been here. You've seen the electricity in Kyle Field when this place is rocking, and Saturday morning when this thing kicks off, there's going to be 108,000 strong with the 12th man, and it's going to be a wild scene for sure.
Okay, so tell me about your team in its, I don't want to say readiness for the game, but I guess readiness would be a good call. The Texas loss, obviously not great. And you're trying to run a professional press conference here, line is one of the greatest of all time. I appreciate that you are certainly irritated because you're supposed to be in that moment. And I like that you talk some shit in it all. But how does the team feel? And what is your vibe of what the locker room is like as we head into the most important game of the season?
Yeah, I think guys are fired up. I think obviously it is hard to run the table and never have a misstep. I think that's the world we live in today in college football. And, unfortunately for us, it happened in the last game with a chance to go to Atlanta on the line and against our rival. And that's not what you want. But, at some point that was going to happen. And so in our minds, we feel like we got it out of the way. We feel like we've recentered, refocused. Obviously the goal has been to go and compete for a national championship. That kind of became a reality as the year moved on. And now it's the time to go get it. And so, we're excited to have Miami in here.
Go ahead, AJ.
Coach, you guys, you feel like you're battle tested when I think of your team and like the season you guys had. You win plenty of games on the road and at home, like close games. You could win any different way. I guess, is that something you actually think about when you review the season and how it all went to where how you could be prepared headed into these, the biggest games of the season, facing some of the best teams, obviously?
Yeah, I know you guys are Midwest guys, but I think anytime you make it through the SEC season, you are battle tested. And I think the different venues you play in, the different teams that you've got to play, you don't survive the SEC gauntlet and qualify for the playoffs without feeling as though your team is ready to go compete. Now, obviously, the teams that you're playing in the playoffs are really talented as well, and that's not lost on me. But certainly feel like we're ready and we're ready to go.
You were the only undefeated team in the SEC remaining. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Coach. Coach, of course, you're in the college football playoffs, so nothing else matters. But do you almost feel disrespected that you're the number 7 seed? I mean, you guys were in the top 3 for the better part of most of the year. Is there any thought of like, hey, these people, these committees, the country, they don't even respect you as a football team?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we don't have time for that. We've got a really talented Miami team coming in. We're in. That's all you want. I think there'll be conversation in the offseason, and we've talked a lot about this, about processes and what this whole thing needs to look like moving forward. But right now, the only focus is the fact that we're in. We've got a chance to go compete for a title, and we got Miami coming in here next weekend.
You make the move from Duke to Texas A&M, and we all knew the story going into the change at coaching for the Aggies. They spent a lot of money to move on from the coach, so we just assume in the modern era that we're in, okay, Texas A&M is obviously going to be able to keep up with everybody. You have proven that. You have a couple wide receivers that obviously come in and do huge things for you. Can you tell me a little bit about this offense and how special it's become with Marcel and Marcel mode at quarterback? Not even really talked about for Heisman, by the way. No. Not even really talked about for Heisman at all.
No, I think, listen, we knew we had to get more dynamic. We got into the backstretch last year, and we felt like one of the things we had to do on offense was become a more explosive, more dynamic offense. That happens in the SEC with talent. I mean, that's the only way it happens. And so obviously the growth of Marcel has been a huge part of it, him becoming a much better pocket passer, him being able to push the ball downfield even more consistently as the year went on, but then going out and getting weapons. And so Casey Concepcion has been phenomenal, just won the Paul Horning Award and has been extremely explosive for us all year. Mario Craver's a kid who could take it the distance whenever you put the ball in his hands. And then Ashton Bethel Roman and Terry Bussey have kind of provided tremendous support and have made their explosive plays throughout the year as well. And so it's a huge part of what you have to do to be successful, at this stage, right? When you get to this part of the year, you got to have explosive playmakers on offense to have a chance to win.
Let's talk about the other side, which you are notorious for having a great defense. Your defense is kind of ass, theoretically, right? Was that what it was? Is that how we would reflect upon your defense now at this stage of the season?
Yeah, till I threw a chair. I think when I threw a chair, we kind of years, right?
So is that what happened? Honestly, what do you think happened with the defense? Because you guys, because every week on game day, I don't know if you heard or pay attention to it, but I was like, hey, Texas A&M's real. I was told that Mike Elco is unbelievable football coach. They have the money. They did the right things. They have huge wins. Why is nobody else talking about Texas A&M? It was basically all year I was like this from jump.
You were our hype guy. I know. That's why I'm trying to get you on the train.
Put a pitch deck together, okay? I would definitely watch it. I got a lot of jobs, but I would certainly add another one if I could. And I love your team. I love your town. I love everything about what you have going on. But everybody pointed out, well, the defense is ass. The defense is ass. Like that's all the stats that were kind of getting thrown into my face. Yeah. And then towards middle of the year, almost maybe 40% through the season, you guys turned. You said you threw a chair and changed, but what was the actual change you think on the defensive side? Because I think people were holding that against you in rankings and in conversation for a large portion.
Yeah, I think we didn't play the first 2 games the way we would have wanted to, and I think that just has impacted our overall stats. I think whatever it was about the first 2 games, I didn't think we were on. Then we went up to Notre Dame and played a really explosive and got into a shootout. And coming out of those first 3 games, I just think statistically we weren't where we believed we could be. And I think, we had some really strong conversations in our building. The kids took it personal. And I think over the last 9 games, we have been much more consistent with what we've done on defense. And we've got a really good pass rush. We lead the country in third down defense. I think we put ourselves in position, again, going into the playoffs to feel confident that we can make a run at this thing.
Yeah, I think you lead the country in sacks as well. Home field advantage will certainly help that. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, I've never been to Kyle Field, but we will be there. And I am.
We're coming.
Yeah, I'll be there next week. But listen, I don't know about what things were like when, Bear Bryant was coaching there with the Junction Boys. And Pat,
me neither.
Yeah, exactly. But Pat mentioned it, like, home field advantage in college football is a very, very real thing, and everyone talks about A&M and Kyle Field being one of the truest home field advantages in the sport. Do you anticipate it to maybe be the craziest environment it's ever been inside there, with this being a playoff game? Like, what have you thought at all about what you expect it to feel and look like inside there next week?
Yeah, it's going to be wild. I would certainly anticipate it'll be as loud and crazy as it's been. I've been part of some moments in this stadium that will be hard to duplicate. But playoff football in Kyle Field, this place will be rocking. This place will be behind us, and for sure it impacts the game. And when you talk about crowd noise and how loud it will be in here, it certainly is going to have an impact on the game for sure.
Are you going to be? How do you feel running on it? Because this is going to be my first time being on the field, watching you run the boys onto the field as the hey. Are we ready for the sprint out with the boys? How do you feel at this stage, primetime football, playoff football?
Yeah, you got to bring a little bit of swag to it when you go out there. But no, it's a cool feeling. It really is. It's when you get down to the bottom of that tunnel and the beat drops on power and the play starts bouncing, and as you're walking down, you can almost feel the stadium shaking. It's a really special environment. It's a special place. Our fan base is extremely passionate, and it certainly will be that Saturday for sure. What I want to see is you rocking. I want to see if you have the ability to keep up with the beat when the beat drops.
Hey, don't you worry about that, okay? I got that. Just know, as you could probably assume, we are going to have the biggest, most outrageous cowboy hats on that side.
For sure.
Yeah.
As you should.
Cowboy boots, rocking. I mean, pleated pants. We're going to do the entire thing out there. We're going to try to buy in to the Aggie culture. I think the boys are going to try to go to the midnight yell, too, the night before to try to kind of experience it all. I have to do game day early, so I'm not going to be able to make it. That's on me.
No, I think it'll be good that you guys do that. I think it'll give you a different perspective, really, on what it is. I think when you get in here and you feel this place and you feel the passion behind it, I think it kind of explains a little bit more what this place is really about. And I think if you go out and you experience what Midnight Yell actually is and what it actually feels like, I think you're going to get a greater appreciation of what Texas A&M football and what this culture really is about.
It's a special place down there, man. We didn't do game day down there once this year.
No, Saturday.
I want to let you know.
I had to get to the playoffs to get you down here to visit.
I was pitching a lot behind the scenes. My words mean nothing with these people. I don't know if you've kept up publicly with my disputes with these people, but I love, because your people show up for us every time, and your people are very appreciative of game day being there. Yeah, we were down there twice last year, both times. Yeah. Very, very thankful that we were there, very appreciative, and they love ball, which I can't wait for the entire world to see. Now, with success, obviously comes some adversity. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Coach, obviously Colin Klein is going to go back to K-State to be the head coach, and then your DC is going to Kentucky. You're calling the plays, so that's a little bit different, but also, there's Ohio State's losing a coordinator, Oregon's losing both coordinators, JMU and Tulane have head coaches and entire staffs going places. How is it juggling your coordinators going to different jobs, potentially doing two different jobs right now during the playoffs, and you guys obviously not being the only team dealing with that in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously if you look around the landscape of the playoff teams, it's not ideal. And I don't know what a solution would be, because you got a lot of different things coming together when you put this football calendar. But it's a problem, like you said, everybody's dealing with it. Oregon's dealing with it. We're dealing with it. Ohio State's dealing with it. It is what it is. And so, I'm thankful that we got really good people in this building, people that are committed to doing the job here until the job's finished. And, happy for the opportunities that the guys on our staff are getting. There's certainly a reason why we've had the success that we've had, for sure. And so, but I am also thankful that they're committed to doing what we got to do to finish this job.
All right, yeah. Fix the entire college football schedule, please. The floor is yours to fix every problem that college football has. Can you go full screen on him, please? Floor is yours, Elco. Go ahead and fix the entirety of it. Thank you.
No, yeah, it starts with TV, right? We got to figure that part of it out first.
All the coaches say
academic calendars, and it's not a good mix, and it just is what it is. I do think the people are working. I do think we're trying to do the things that make the most sense. I do think having the portal closed right now is a really good thing. We made that adjustment this year. I think at least now the kids can focus on just playing ball and don't have to worry about all of that noise, which was not the case a year ago. I think each year we're trying to get this thing a little bit better, and credit to the people in charge for that. But obviously still some things we can clean up and fix.
Yeah, certainly. Texas A&M having all the resources, having that stadium, and this guy's big-ass brain as the head coach, they're in a good spot for the long haul. Coach Elco's like, yeah, let's certainly make it better, but let's not change it entirely. You know, we got some really good stuff going down here. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned your third down defense, obviously best in the country. Was that an emphasis coming into this year? Is it something that you changed up throughout the year? I would imagine those third down periods in practice could get pretty lively at times when you watch what your team does on Saturdays. What has the process been for third down for your defense?
Yeah, I think it's always been an emphasis. I think it's something, as a defensive coordinator, we've been pretty consistently good at over the years. I think we do some different things to attack protections and impact quarterbacks, and obviously we've got some really talented players, and that's a big piece of it. You mix in some really talented rushers with some different looks, and a home crowd that can really impact the game, and that's a really good recipe for success.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck as you continue to prepare for the biggest game of the year. We'll be down there. I think we're going to annoy you for AJ, I don't know if you even know this. So normally when we do these field pass games, we don't get a chance to talk to the coaches. But since we have a relationship with both coaches of the team here, I think we're going to annoy you next week with maybe a 10-minute Zoom to kind of get an idea on where your team is and then maybe a little insight so we can call the game better. We appreciate you for that and your hospitality as we try to make something that isn't shit next week.
Well, I wish you luck with that, Pat, because I think if you could do better than that, I think that'll be a good thing for college football and for our game.
Hey, I like the way you're thinking. All right, tell the boys we said congrats on a hell of a year and good luck the rest of the way, and we appreciate the hell out of you, Coach.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you guys having me on.
You think if you were to fight Cristobal?
See you, Coach.
See you later, man.
He gets it.
There was something he had going on there. I like yesterday, Coach Cristobal, too, whenever he was on, and you asked about some of the shit talk or whatever, he goes, we say no comment to those types of things. All right, Coach Elco, if you're going to fight Mario, I'm not talking. All right, I'm going to get out
We'll get out of him at some point.
That's a huge game, man.
Huge.
That is a huge, huge game. Obviously, Alabama, Oklahoma to kick the entire thing off is sweet on Friday night. Can't wait to get that. Can't wait to get out there to Norman. It's a wonderful football town. Just an absolutely wonderful football place. College game day will be there. And then 1.5-point favorite, Alabama will try to continue the ride, or will old beautiful Oklahoma do their thing? And then overnight, we travel down to College Station for Miami versus Texas A&M. Tulane in Ole Miss, JMU, Oregon. College football throwing absolute heat the first weekend of CFP.
It's also awesome, too, because last year, we kind of followed Ohio State the whole time, and now winner of this game will go to play Ohio State. We know Ohio State pretty damn well because of the 4 games we followed last year, let alone the Big Ten title game we just went to. Seeing now the team that they might play up close and personal and be able to just know, okay, hey, this guy's going to be covering Jeremiah Smith, who we just watched. Even those things will be really cool, and it'll be a huge test, too, for, A&M, just their first ever playoff game.
And I don't want to give away too much, but I think you could probably expect to hear and see us standing on that beautiful grass over there at the Rose Bowl.
I
think you'll probably see that. Now, once again, just like John Cena was mentioning, we're not supposed to be doing these things. We understand that it is outrageous that we get the opportunity to do that. The actual call with Fowler and Herbstreit and team will certainly be on ABC and on ESPN, but us getting an opportunity to kind of call the game in our own way, from our own perspective, on the sideline of these massive, historic, huge implication games is so stupid. We're so thankful, and we can't wait to get down there next week. ESPN too. That's going to be, Miami A&M.
Yeah,
let alone.
I've never been to A&M. I know you have, but yeah,
dude,
I can't wait.
It's way out there. It is out there. You are traveling Texas. You're going out there, but then you got people that just live by ball. It is a football community. It is a football place. 100-some thousand. They love America down there.
Yeah.
The biggest United States of America flag that I've ever seen flies right outside of Kyle Field. Then they got 200 American flags flying on top of that thing, and everybody is all in on all of it.
Yeah, I was just I've never been there either. Extremely excited to go. And obviously any one of these home teams could make a case, but Texas A&M will have as good of an argument as anyone with saying, hey, we have the best home field advantage of any team in this first round. Obviously Miami's not bitching and whining because they got in about draw or anything like that, but boy, what a tough place to have to go and play right off the rip at Texas A&M.
We were asked, hey, where do you want to call? Where do you want to kind of do the field pass? And we're like, well, anywhere would be sick. I mean, Autzon's outrageous. Obviously, that is a cool place. Oklahoma's sweet. Ole Miss, bro. I've heard nothing but great things about that. And then Kyle Fields there, and we started chatting about it. And every time I came back from college game day at Texas A&M, I told the boys, I'm like, hey, that place is just like, it's a special place. Kind of felt it with Texas Tech this year, too. Kind of felt it with Texas Tech where I've talked to you guys. So getting the opportunity to go there, and I think for the boys to get a chance to experience something I've experienced a couple of times, obviously very special. But the whole first round is going to have great environments, which is why everybody thinks like, hey, one of the biggest parts of college football is the environment. Why don't we try to make that
multiple rounds?
Another round of that. And
one more round.
Well, the weather is the weather. It's like, well, NFL teams are doing it. So what's the biggest issue here? We don't really see what the issue is. We would like more of what college football is, which is the environment, which is the pageantry, which is the student sections, which is everything like that. So us getting a chance in the first round, obviously good. Beggars can't be choosers, but let's go ahead and get another round of that. You don't think Texas Tech deserves to have a home game?
Exactly.
Indiana doesn't.
Right.
Imagine, Indiana has a home playoff game, but instead they win the Big Ten for the first time since the World War II era, and then now you can't have a home game because you have to buy that. It's like, that doesn't make sense really in theory, let alone Georgia and Ohio State.
Yeah, not only do you not get a home game, you have to go to what is like geographically the farthest place away from where you are, but also just to what we were talking about, like how sweet would it be for Texas A&M gets a home game first round and it's going to be 75 and sunny down there, and then you turn around and you have to go to Ohio State and it's negative temperatures with the wind chill. Like, that's football. That's playoff football. That would just be awesome. It's probably not going to happen because, all these bowls, like, they obviously
if it goes
want
16 maybe.
Well, maybe, but it needs to get done.
You're right, though.
Let's go to the NFL. There's an updated story that certainly came out of nowhere and was pretty scary, I think, for a little bit. TJ Watt ended up in a hospital, then TJ Watt ended up getting surgery. TJ Watt ended up having a little bit of, medical scare that his whole family. Burt Lawton said that TJ Watt was currently in hospital. JJ Watt gave a full update on everything. Yesterday, TJ had successful surgery to stabilize and repair a partially collapsed lung, suffered Wednesday after a dry needling treatment session at the facility. Recovery timeline is still TBD, but all went well and he's being released from the hospital today. He and his family are very appreciative of everyone's kind words and well wishes. Obviously, JJ, a part of the family, but he's talking about his immediate family. It's like, this was scary and came out of nowhere. I think dry needling session at the facility. TJ's just trying to prepare for this continued playoff run that they have. Massive game. And all of a sudden, he's ending up at the hospital, getting an emergency surgery. We called JJ yesterday. I called JJ off air. I'm like, hey, what the hell is going on? And I think JJ was a little bit like, yeah, like this comes out of nowhere. This is a very serious thing. So we're happy to hear he's okay. But Monday night, I don't think anybody at this point is expecting TJ to play. But man, this is just like the reality of perspective that everything can change just like this. You have no idea what's going to happen in this life, Age.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when I heard that he was in the hospital, yeah, obviously very worried and think I'm honestly somewhat relieved that it was something that happened to him instead of like, something popped up or they found something. Like, he's going to play again. We don't know when that may be, but I'm sure it's been a very scary, 24, 48 hours for these guys.
Yeah, and then there's obviously, I don't want to just immediately go to what football is, but football-wise, there's a lot of stats with TJ playing for the Steelers and TJ not playing for the Steelers. And the Steelers need every single game down the stretch, and this just popping up on a Wednesday. Obviously terrible for TJ. And for the Watts as a whole. But for the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is not good news either. Here's a Hembo stat. 1-11 win-loss, including playoffs. Whenever TJ is not playing, they allow 27 points per game and 380 yards per game. 26 touchdowns, 7 interceptions with a 70.8 QBR whenever TJ Watt's not on the field. Things didn't look great for the Pittsburgh Steelers to potentially win in Lombardi. Without TJ Watt, we can't even get into that conversation, AP Tone.
No, we can't. Obviously, very, very happy he's okay, and who cares about him playing on the field right now. But the 1-11, when you lose or when you're not playing with one of the best defensive players in football, especially him in the way that the defense is created around him, they are not good without him. And it's a huge game for the Dolphins coming in Monday night and to try to keep that lead in the AFC North. So, yes, it's going to be very, very hard without him. Have no idea how long it's going to take for him to get back or even if he will be back this season. But Just glad he's all right.
Out of nowhere, Age. Out of nowhere. Dry needling means he was trying to get, treatment. That's what he was choosing to go focus on ball, focus on his career, focus on getting better. I've done this hundreds of times, thousands of times maybe. This is just kind of standard operating procedure, and then boom, something I don't know. I don't want to.
What is it? Have you guys ever done it?
Acupuncture.
AJ, have you done it? I don't think I know what it is either.
I've had it. I don't love it. It's like it's like acupuncture needles, but they kind of jab them a little bit and go a little bit deeper. I don't know how far you have to go to actually hit a lung, though. That feels like that's pretty deep.
Yeah, because I think the immediate reaction is something with a lung. It must have been the Tyrod Taylor golf tee incident, where maybe he was getting a shot that was able to get there. Dry needling to get to a lung, I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm happy he's okay. That has to be a very scary situation. Out of nowhere. Oh, I'm going to go get better today. Well, I guess he's super more jacked. I'm going to go get better today. I'm going to go do what I've been doing since the beginning of my career, football career. Go in there, walk, hey, how's everybody doing? Got a playoff push coming. It's going to do the dry needling. It's going to hurt. You need to go to the hospital. Yeah, I do. You have emergency surgery happening. It's quick how life can kind of just unravel like that. Happy as hell he's okay.
Yeah, anytime the terms emergency surgery and you need to be rushed to the hospital, I think it's just human nature to always assume the worst anyway. So I can only imagine not only his family, but Steelers fans yesterday, you see this, it's this could be anything. Is this guy ever going to play for the Steelers again? And luckily it wasn't that serious. But yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. How many times does he probably do this during the year? How many? Does
I don't know, Age. That's a good question. Dry needling dudes are normally once a week, right? Or twice a week.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see anyone getting it more than once or twice a week. But yeah, I'm sure it's definitely a weekly thing for a lot of people.
But I don't want to say dry needling dudes, but whenever I say that, I mean there's dudes that do certain things. If he is a dry needling dude, which I would assume he is a dry needling dude, that's a part of the weekly recovery process. There's people that do the, what you guys just mentioned.
Acupuncture.
Acupuncture. There's people.
TB12, pliability,
all this stuff. There's people that have their own way. If you're a dry needling dude, I think you're probably doing that every single week. So that's just standard operating procedure for TJ. Once again, we don't know unless he added this to his kind of routine this week, which is certainly possible. I'm not saying it isn't, but it feels like this is probably just a part of his standard process, getting ready for a game, and then it coming out of nowhere scary.
Yeah, so scary. And to Ty's point, that was what we were kind of speculating just after. As a Patriots fan, there's been multiple players over the last 2-3 years who've had blood clots, and they come out of nowhere, and then those guys are out for an entire year. So, of course, we're talking about Monday and everything, and even the week after and how important it is. But, my initial thought was hopefully he's not out next year. This is one of those things, to your point, it does give you a little bit perspective and how quickly everything does just change.
Speaking of everything changing, sometimes to be great, you got to get the oldest guy in the league.
Back.
50 hours, 49 minutes, and 7 seconds from now.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers. He's
That's
a 44-year-old.
Right?
We think.
It's correct. It'll be 48 at
425.
We saw some more clips, man. We got some zip on the ball.
Yeah, we got zip on the ball. And also, he doesn't look like the big tub of lard like everybody had been saying.
That is true.
Early in the week, people saw his neck and his face, and they're like, wow, this guy's a complete fatso. There's no way his 44-year-old body is going to be able to hold all the blubber he's got. He's going to be even less active than he was. A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying that. And I see him, I'm like, am I missing something? I don't think he looks that abnormal to what Phil Rivers looks like. He looks exactly like what Phil Rivers has looked like. And just like it says right there, he has been on a relentless pursuit of greatness for 20-plus years. And now he has the opportunity to do it as a 44-year-old with a team that's still trying to win a damn Super Bowl. I mean, that is very evident that is what the Colts are trying to do. We're not quitting on the season. We're not giving up. We're going to try and go for it. In 50 hours, 48 minutes, and 3 seconds, we are going to see if Phil Rivers still got it. This is a highly anticipated snap, this first one from Phil, AJ.
It really is. What do you think if they throw him off? You run designed QB draw, first play of the game, just to keep the defense on their toes and let Phil. Phil wants to let him know, hey, I got it in my legs, buddy. I'm faster now than I was before.
So when this news was announced, obviously there was people laughing in the face of the Colts.
Still doing it
now.
Jeez.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Who?
The books are for
me.
What?
The books.
The books are certainly
What's the
laughing.
line?
It's big. It's the biggest of the weekend. It's biggest of the weekend. I believe it's okay. It was at 14 yesterday. It's back to 13 and a half. That's because people are seeing these videos from Romeo and from Kevin Bowen and Anthony Calhoun and James Boyd from these. They're seeing him spin it and they're like, wait a minute. The books are like, we need to go ahead and drop that back down maybe. 13 and a half point spread is the biggest spread of the weekend. Colts still in it. Seahawks, obviously, we know, very much in it. To have a 2-score spread like this is pretty disrespectful to a team that still can go on and win the damn Super Bowl in Week 15.
Do you think there's, it's the NFL, so everyone, like even when teams suck and they come in, like a team like the Seahawks, if they're playing a team who has 2 wins, they're not thinking like, oh, we're just going to run through these guys and beat the shit out of them. Do you think, though, there might be like a little bit of, like, they got Phil Rivers, like we're gonna, and just kind of going in way overconfident, or do you think that's not?
McDonald. My issue with McDonald is he looks like a full psycho.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah, full term.
In the best way, he is.
Yes, this is a compliment, not a bad thing.
Yes,
and
he knows that.
I'm saying that as somebody that has watched him on the sideline, and he's.
You're going to heat him up. They're going to heat Phil up early, I would imagine.
And they're going to be throwing bodies at his. They're going to be diving at his feet. Yeah. He's going to be. Yeah. That ball's going to be out, and then there's going to be 2, 3. Because who knows how long it's going to take for him to get up? It might be a delay of game.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. We're not 100% sure all of that, but age. The more I see, the more I like. And around the building, it's not like, hey, yeah, we're mailing it in here. We got a grandpa. Around the building, it's like he can execute the offense. He knows the offense better than anybody in the building. He's very comfortable. He's seen every defense. Now, AQ Shipley, I didn't love this earlier in the week. He talked about, and I think D-Bud as well, Seattle's defense is showing stuff that has never been seen before. It's like, well, I guess if you're 44 and have seen everything, if you've never seen something before, that's not good. If they're adding new wrinkles to just NFL defenses. But it's like the last time I saw Phil Rivers play football, he knew what he was doing, and the offense was moving. That was a half a decade ago.
Almost won a playoff
before COVID.
That was half a decade ago. Now, will that change with time? Potentially, but I'm excited to watch Phil. And I've been on a roller coaster alongside the news. The Rivers roller coaster has certainly been something. I like that the Colts went for it, and I hope Phil goes for I hope he goes for 275.
I think that's.
Know what his over-under is?
3 touchdowns. What's that?
Do you know what his over-under is?
What?
It is, and I just said I've been laughing. It's disrespectful. Okay. Talking about a guy who was a semifinalist in the Hall of Fame. I believe his over-under is 151 yards.
Okay, so there's an easy bet, right? I mean, that's pretty easy.
It's all
bet.
over all day.
They're going to win outright.
I really think they're going to.
Don't do this. Don't do this to this guy, okay? You
Think of
guys
the
aren't.
most-
Oh, no. This isn't for him. This is for me.
Okay,
I'm convincing myself that they're. Okay. But literally no one is giving them a chance to win.
What are you talking about? No one.
Anyone who's not a Colts fan who wants to go in and say like, hey, the playoffs are still on, the Super Bowl is still on. Like they're still talking about it on a lot of like morning shows about how this is like gross negligence that this guy's playing on Sunday. Like this is not okay.
Are you seeing this? Like, are they seeing the same thing we're seeing?
They are.
Mark Scott's going to get a tattoo.
Yeah. I saw that somebody will tattoo the number 17 on ass cheek if the Colts get a win with Phil Rivers at quarterback, right?
Yeah, Bart Scott said that this morning.
And any of the remaining games?
No, this weekend.
Just this, okay.
I mean, they just beat. We just watched the Falcons beat the Bucs last night, and they put up 29 points. And the Seattle Seahawks just went into Atlanta,
Anything is possible.
flew all the way across the country, and beat the ever-loving shit out of the Falcons.
So your angle isn't what Tone just said with anything being possible. Your angle is, hey, we just saw a team beat the Bucs, and that team just got obliterated by the team that you're about to play. And it does feel like the Seattle Seahawks team, even though they're incredible and they're on their way to a potential Super Bowl, we all believe, they're not really talked about much or celebrated much because they're so far away. So they can't even get to the point of like being too cocky about it. Like they're just always under the radar. Sam Darnold's been in the league a long time, got paid a lot of money. Jackson Smith and Jigba might be the best wide receiver in ball. Their defense might be the best defense in ball. And nobody really talks about them that often.
How about Phil Rivers?
Because they're so far away. So they never really get to the point where it's like being arrogant or maybe not focused. Like every game is like a game for them to prove themselves. That is definitely what McDonald thinks, especially with their fans kind of turning on them.
Yeah.
Like a year and a half ago.
And the Rams in their division.
So
yeah, they're the 5 seed. They're not.
So it's going to be tough, I guess, for the Seahawks to overlook
I'm
anybody.
more concerned about the Colts defense, yeah.
But Forrest Buckner was put into his window to return, which is gigantic for the Indianapolis Colts. I don't think he's playing this weekend. We need him. They have that TJ Watt stat about what the Steelers are with and without TJ Watt. I don't know what the Colts are with or without DeForest Buckner, but Colts defensive season with 20.1 points per game, without him an extra touchdown, with him only 87 yards rushing, without him an extra 50 yards rush or 40 yards rushing. And then the QBR is about 50 whenever he's in, 58.6 when he's not in. And that's not just this year. Years past when DeForest Buckner's not playing, not good. It's just not good. And he hasn't been playing because he has a freaking neck injury. And obviously we'd like him to be healthy. But yeah, Sam Darnold and that offense have been very good. And we don't have Mooney and we don't have Sauce. And
that hurts.
Still feel good about the 13.5. I will say that. That is a ton of points. This is the NFL.
I mean, Brady Cook is starting this weekend, and everyone, if you're not a college football fan, you're like, who the hell is Brady Cook? And I believe it's he's got a better spread than the Colts.
He fumbled his first snap last week.
And the Houston Texans with the Cardinals. The Cardinals routinely lose games by 20-plus points.
Correct.
Houston, routinely. I mean, that is routinely what they do, the Arizona Cardinals. And they're playing against the best defense maybe in the history of the league. And you're playing against a defense that has new heights with a completely different vibe now. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite shows in the history of shows. Travis is bummed out. Right. You got Patrick Mahomes giving press conferences about, I don't know if we have any. This is what the Houston Texans just did to the Kansas City Chiefs. Their spread against the Arizona Cardinals, the Houston Texans, less than the Colts. Might have an MVP candidate, a running back, a semifinalist Hall of Fame quarterback against the Seattle Seahawks.
Cardinals just lost by 28.
Routinely lose by 20-plus points. Shorter spread than Colts and Seahawks. So, yeah. Hey, Phil.
Stack the chips. Keep stacking the chips, Phil.
Phil knows.
That's all you got to do.
Phil, dadgum, you think
Gunner's probably texting him, hey, Dad, they're telling me you're some dumb hick, some piece of shit. Well, what are you doing playing?
Raiders
and Phil is out there to prove it, not to us, to his family.
Yeah, and I'm okay with whoever he's proving it to. Just know, Phil, I have all the confidence in the world in you on this particular Feel Good Friday. I think you're going to do great. Now, could that change by Monday after what I see? Sure. Could that change? For sure. But also, that could get amplified, brother. That could certainly get amplified because I like our guys.
And Riley might see something. Phil might do something that Riley hasn't seen yet, and all of a sudden, Riley Leonard becomes a better quarterback.
So I was thinking about a Riley Leonard package, that we might have because he's so damn mobile. Yeah. But that would involve Phil getting off the field and then getting back on the field.
Might take a minute. Might take a little bit.
Yeah, so I don't know if we're going to have any of that, but I just want to let Phil know I love you. I appreciate you taking a shot on the Colts at this stage of your life, and I can't wait to watch. Let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. They're battling. They took that positivity rabbit out of the locker room.
Yeah.
That's tough. I mean, anytime you got to take a positivity, anything out of something because you think it's affecting you in a negative way, you're really reaching. I don't like what I'm hearing out of Philadelphia.
Me neither, but their schedule down the stretch here, they play the Raiders and the Commanders twice, and I can't remember who the other team is, but it doesn't matter. Like, they're going to beat the shit. Probably. You would assume that they will beat the shit out of the Raiders this weekend and out of the Commanders both times, and they'll kind of have an opportunity to get right here going in the playoffs. But can they beat any of the truly elite teams in the NFC? That remains to be seen.
The Eagles story, fascinating. Just in the history.
I don't get it.
Me neither, dude. Locker room dynamics, though, are always something.
Could you point to, there's no way you could point to one thing. Could you point to a couple things it is? Like what?
I don't know. We're not in there, so we don't know what has happened. Like I don't know what the locker room, because that positivity rabbit being in the locker room,
yeah,
as opposed to in the cafeteria, is a message in of itself. Like, hey, this locker room needs a little bit more positivity. It's like, do they win too much? Everybody gets too full of themselves, and then all of a sudden there's no real bonding or chemistry. Is that what happens? Did something happen amongst teammates? Was something said? Is there, like all that type of stuff? I just don't fully know because we're not in there. But I am worried about this Philadelphia Eagles team.
Well, that's what's interesting, too, is they're on Hard Knocks right now with the in-season stuff. And I understand that that's selective and, we're not seeing all of that. But, like, it seems kind of chipper, like around their facility. Like it doesn't seem like the sky is falling. They're making tongue-in-cheek jokes about that. Like they understand it, but it doesn't. Like I feel like we would still be able to maybe tell a little bit. Like, oh wow, dude, like that was a weird interaction. These guys, you can tell these guys don't really like each other. It doesn't really feel like that. And again, that's just what they're choosing to show us. But I still feel like we would be able to tell if things were really, really different. It doesn't seem that way.
And let's go to the Sunday slate one final time. We'll be making all of our picks against the spread after the show ends here on ESPN as we continue digitally. Are we still on TikTok? That's kind of a thing that changes every day. We either get banned or attacked on there. We get a lot of reported attacks from people.
Wonder why.
I don't know. You think it's China?
Do people report it or robots? AI reports it.
I don't think it's people. I think it's hating folks, you know. Yeah. And we know they are dookie through and through. It's a great Sunday slate for Week 15. We are in a great position for ball. All 3 time slots have magical football games, and then obviously Phil Rivers taking his first snap in 5 years is going to be must-watch there at 425. Let's talk a little bit about sports happening around the world before we dive into the picks. Have you seen this freediver, this Croatian freediver? I didn't know this was possible. So. He stayed underwater for 29 minutes.
What?
Oh, I didn't know if this was real or not.
Mizima TV, you think it's fake? You think Mizima TV's fake?
I've been watching some of these freedivers. I've been watching this guy that trains people to hold their breath for 10 minutes, which I thought was nuts. 29 is crazy.
Yeah, this could be AI. This could be a complete fugazi. We have not back checked it, but it showed up in my algo, and I saw it. 29 minutes. I heard like 5 minutes is a big deal.
Yeah.
10 minutes is a big deal. 29 minutes underwater
60 seconds
sounds like an insane thing. So the fact that this is happening, congrats to him. We hope that this is just what future humans can do. I don't really know how you get to that point. I remember when David Blaine held his breath for like 6 or 7 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was an absurd feat. Now we know that there's actual fish walking amongst us, it seems like.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. And I didn't think anyone ever, TC basically held his breath, I think, for like 10 to 12 minutes when he was filming the last Mission Impossible. I just figured that was higher than any human will ever be able to reach. So for this guy to go for 29 minutes, I would venture to guess that TC is in the pool right now.
Okay, TC's not in space. I heard. What happened?
Yeah, basically he said, hey, I would need favors from the government in order to do this because I believe part of it was that they were going to shoot on the International Space Station. TC was going to do a spacewalk. Turns out you can't just go up and you can't just go up and do that. You kind of need the okay maybe from the president. And I think TC he said, you know what? I'm trying to make movies here. I don't want to get politics involved. I don't feel comfortable asking for any favors. So he's going to figure out a way. He just might not be doing a spacewalk on the space station.
Yeah, because next movie that he was shooting was supposed to be a space movie.
Yes, this thing has been in development for a while, and it was basically like, hey, this thing is full go. TC, when he wants to do something, he's going to do it, and guess what? He wants to go to space, and he wants to fix the Hubble telescope. But yeah, it's not happening as of right now.
He'll get it done.
Yeah,
he will get it done.
We'll assume they'll all get it done. Let's go to some fun social media. Did you see the Texans?
No, what happened? The fun social media segment?
Yeah, it's fun social media. Cal McNair, owner of the Texans, was trying to get a high five from C.J. Stroud after the game, and C.J. just kind of missed him. So high-fiving everybody, bang, bang, bang. Cal McNair, owner of the team. C.J., thank you for doing that. Okay, gets caught on there. Cal McNair, a couple days later, still holding his hand up. Wants his starting quarterback to maybe give him a high five because of how much he loves what CJ has done for him. He walks through the facility. Hi, not saying hi, just want a high five here. Gets all the way to it and inevitably finishes off with a high five from C.J. Stroud. And I'll tell you what, special stuff happening in Houston. You got the owner walking around like this for content and content purposes only, Ty.
This is unbelievable. You hit the nail on the head. This is fun social media. This is great. And you know what? Even him still wearing the coat from being in Kansas City, and this is the guy everyone was calling Tommy Boy a couple years ago when things were bad. They're like, hey, Cal McNair, this guy's a big dumb dipshit. He is big Tom Callahan's son, essentially. Are we sure about that? Because this is genius. This fun social media kind of stuff, and wow, what a moment.
And allegedly, it was his idea to do it.
I don't doubt it.
He said, hey, listen, aren't we in a content-driven world? There's a reason why I'm in this seat and you guys are in your seat. Have we not thought about me maybe finishing the high five here? How do we go about getting that? They make the video. Shout out to the Texans doing it right. And also, C.J. Stroud and the Texans, they might win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We think
with that defense, and if CJ can get hot and that offense gets hot, with that defense, anything is possible. Absolutely.
Isn't it crazy this year we're judging off the defenses? Like, hey, does the offense have enough to be able to beat one of these defenses is the question. As opposed to like, hey, can the defense get a stop in a certain spot, which has been years past? Now it's like, can the offense have success against the other team's defense? Crazy kind of iteration of football right now that we're kind of watching.
Well, it feels like that's kind of the first sign of the cyclical nature of football. Not only the running backs having more yards in the top 5 than the receivers, but also just how important now defense has been. Like the last, 5-6 years running the ball and offense has become much more prevalent, but now it is like, hey, what is your trenches? What the Eagles were kind of the ones last year that showed this. What's your D-line? What's your O-line? And that is the separator now between these good and great teams. You know, you look at the number 1 and 2 seeds across the board. The Rams, unbelievable. The Packers, unbelievable. The Patriots and the Broncos. Their highest paid players are on their D and O line. It's awesome to see, especially as one of those teams, but also too, you know, who has a young quarterback who, you know, has a young deal or a rookie deal rather, and where, you know, teams can spend elsewhere.
Yeah, going forward, I guess, has a big conversation. We got some breaking news here out of Michigan. Sharon Moore, we have video of him showing up to his arraignment today. Obviously, the story of him being fired for cause due to an inappropriate relationship with a staffer happens the other day. Then afterwards, he gets arrested. Now we know what the charges are, and now we have seen him in court. Here's him sitting for the arraignment today. It is a video of him sitting wearing a white. I mean, this is not where you want to be.
Oh, Jesus.
This is not where you want to be. Obviously, this was a moment that is not great for Sharon Moore, and obviously there's victims in this entire thing, so we are pulling for all parties, but this will continue to move forward as he was arraigned today. I believe there's 3 different charges that he has been charged with, breaking and entering, stalking, and then something else in the entirety of it all. All of them carry years in jail and fines alongside of it. So Sharon Moore today versus 1 week ago, certainly vastly different. And once again, perspective, anything you do in the dark will come to the light, and things can change very quickly. That is something that I think we all can remember from this story.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll figure out everything, I guess, in the coming months of what's going on. But, man, yeah, just what a different life that guy has right now than he did just a couple days ago. And Michigan's in shambles trying to figure out what to do at the head coach position now.
John Gruden would be a home run, right? We all think?
Yep.
Yes.
Sure.
And I know Portnoy's pushing for it very hard. I saw Portnoy posted something from John Gruden's maybe high school days where he said his dream was to be the head coach at the University of Michigan. Yeah. And Portnoy's like, the time is now. I mean, we're sitting in the middle of it. I know there's a couple other names that have been floated. I think Pete Thamel mentioned Braum. Braum would be, I mean, there's a couple, that would be like a Matt Campbell type hire. Yeah, Matt Campbell gets hired to Penn State. Everybody that knows ball is like, that's a really good hire from the situation you're in. And even if you weren't in the current situation, that's a good hire. Braum would kind of be something similar in that aspect. Tommy Rees, offense coordinator for the Cleveland Browns. I believe his name has been mentioned. His name was mentioned for every head coaching job that's kind of come up as of late. Minter's name's been there. Michigan's got to figure it out. But until then, the Ohio State people say, it's great to be a Buckeye. Is that how you guys are viewing it right now?
Yeah, it's always great to be a Buckeye, whatever is going on in Michigan. And so, yeah, you know, Sharon Moore, that's a tough look, man. That sucks for him, his family.
Michigan, I think I heard you say. And obviously the 126th Army versus Navy game is happening tomorrow. Shout out to the troops. Shout out to America. Who's favored? What's a quick breakdown, con man, of that game?
I believe Navy is favored. They won last year. This game is at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And if you remember Blake Horvath, he is very motivated as always, and I'm going Navy. Fuck it.
Okay, so you have yet to receive your Navy merch. I hope you get it someday soon. Shout to Army Navy. Shout to all of you for allowing us to do this for a living. We're back on Overreaction Monday. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. See you then. Okay, You didn't want to make a pick, or you just threw it in there at the end? Just want to let people know.
I mean, we just went to Paris Island, and the Marines are within the Navy, so I feel like it would be pretty wrong to not.
Yeah, go Navy, beat Army. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What's Army saying?
Probably go Army, beat Navy.
Blake Horvath last year tweeted us to talk shit after the big-time win for Navy.
Because of Monken, yeah.
I guess we do still have a football program, because Monken on our show said, does Navy even have a football team? And Horvath's like, that's cute. Let's go ahead and get the win. And then let's go ahead and talk a little shit about a couple Yinzers on Navy as well as we look ahead to this game.
Yeah, Horvath is back at quarterback. Heidenreich, I believe he's number 22, is the wide receiver from Pittsburgh. And Texa is, T-E-C-Z-A, is the fullback for Navy. So there's a Pittsburgh connection there. -6 is the spread. 38.5 is the total. Fun fact, 16 straight years it went under. Okay, 16 straight years it went under. And then the last 3 has been a push and 2 overs. So not sure what's going to happen there, but for a long, long time, it was like a guaranteed under game.
Yeah, and underdogs have covered 10 of the last 14, 8 of the last 11, 3 of the last 4. 6 points, a lot of points, man.
A lot of points.
Especially with Army-Navy, you know. And Hembo and Greeny said this is the greatest rivalry in college ball. That was their kind of take on it all.
Sure.
AJ, your thoughts on Army-Navy being so special to college football and kind of having its own weekend alongside the Heisman?
I like the fact that it's kind of a standalone situation. And first off, these unis are unbelievable. I got a good buddy, AJ Hensel, who played for Army, who lives by me. He's a lawyer now, so I'm pulling for Army for his sake. But obviously, I understand the whole situation on both sides. Appreciate the boys from Paris Island, the boys and girls. But I think the pageantry surrounding this game. I've never been there. It's one of those things that I think I absolutely need to go to. I need to take my kids.
Not doing game day there. We didn't do it last year either. We did it 2 years ago, I think I was there.
Bill. Didn't Bill come on?
Yeah, Belichick came on. And I'm going to say it feels people want us to do it. I want game day to do it. I say us as if I have any say in what those people decide with game day. But I would it was kind of weird doing it, you know, because forcing the people to stand behind us while there's I understand wanting to celebrate and make it a bigger deal, and having college game day there certainly does that, and I'm very lucky to be a part of a show that does that. So maybe instead of doing the standard game day outside, it's like maybe on the sideline for an hour leading up to it, as opposed to a full game day thing, because you turn around and you're like, don't stand here. Like, you guys, there's a lot of shit going on today.
Was it the cadets?
What's that?
Was it the cadets?
Cadets, and I think the other side too, just in general, even the vets that are standing there. It's like it was kind of like a weird feeling doing it, just from my own perspective. I think obviously the vets that aren't there, or, you know, the alumni of Army or Navy, watch game day and they kind of get a sense of it through there. So I appreciate that and I understand that. So I think if there was an hour kickoff show inside the stadium as opposed to doing a full game day outside is probably the right answer in my eyes personally, because we should draw a little bit more spotlight to this game, because this is everything that's good with America. This is everything good with ball and everything like that. But I would just like to say, from my perspective, the game day was kind of man, you guys Army-Navy is a huge day. The amount of this that happens, the amount of catching up that happens, the amount of everything that happens. And then for them to feel obligated almost to stand outside. It's it was just it was a weird, I was very appreciative, very thankful to be there, honored to be there, but also very much I don't know if this is the right thing that it's supposed to be.
Well, and by nature of it being the only game on that day, if you don't count, 1AA playoffs and D2 and D3 and all that kind of stuff, it almost gets overshadowed a little bit, because you're going to talk about that game, but you're not going to talk about it for 3 hours. So naturally, you start looking ahead to the playoff games and, those games, obviously, and then you start looking ahead to the Heisman and things like that. And it seems like Army-Navy itself, it kind of comes back full circle when you make the picks, but it almost ends up not being the story of the day.
And I don't know if I love it or not, but there is a bowl game Saturday night.
Nah, who gives a shit? Who is in it?
Boise and Washington.
Okay.
The LA Bowl. Is that still the Gronk Bowl, or?
The Gronk Beach Party Bowl? I don't know.
It might be the Gronk Beach Party Bowl, but is anybody watching anything aside from Saturday night main event?
Yeah, I'll be on Peacock for John Cena's last hurrah. He'll be going last, by the way. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Well, that'll be at what? Midnight?
No.
You believe it's his last time? You believe him?
I'll tell you what. He took an angle with me that I didn't expect off air, and then he kind of mentioned it on air. I'm like, brother, wrestling. never. You're never retired because there might come a time where the John Cena character is needed back or wanted back. And there's an entire thing like that is kind of a part of the wrestling business. And chasing the dragon of going through the curtain and all that shit has been a part of the wrestling world literally since the beginning of the wrestling world. So like retirements aren't real in wrestling is like a real conversation and a real statement that is made. And he even acknowledged that. But then he said like, I don't think I'm a liar though. Do you think I'm a liar? Yeah. And I was like, holy shit. I didn't, whoa. No. I was not calling you a liar. He goes, yeah, I'm just kind of questioning my integrity here. And I'm like, that is not what I meant to do. I did not mean to do that because, and he explained it here, I think even more so. And he was also explaining to me again, like, I know you can only go off what has happened in wrestling. Your retirements are not real. I mean, that's just like a real thing, especially with a business opportunity that pops up or, you know, like, hey, Saudi Arabia wants to have a match where you are going to make whatever the money is for amount of 20 minutes of work. Like just sound decision-making process. Maybe you do think about doing that. And then he went into a full speech about money and about like, is that what's driving decision-making? Is that what you think I'm? So now you're questioning my more. I'm like, whoa. I'm not saying that. I'm not doing that. But he is very steadfast on like, no, yeah. I don't want to be the guy that says it's done and then I come back because then I'm a liar. And then what was the purpose of this entire thing if I end up coming back later? And I'll tell you, he is way too humble for who he is. He's fucking John Cena. And he has no idea that that's the case, I think, which is obviously a good thing, not a bad thing, which is why his character and he is who he is. But it's like, I do think this is it for John. I do. I legitimately think this is it for John.
Well, and a lot of those guys, like, no disrespect to them, but, like, Cena he's a legitimate, like, A-list movie star now. You know, like, he has his next thing lined up. And, you know, he kind of said to us, he was like, hey, if I don't commit to that and kind of put everything I have into that the way I did with wrestling when I first started, like, I'm not going to be successful in it. So I could see that because, like we said, and the fans do it too. Like when we were in Philadelphia, we went fucking apeshit when Undertaker and Cena and all those guys came out. Like it was the best part of the night, but at a certain point, like those people are always going to be asking for that. So it's like if you do it a few times, then you kind of do sign yourself up for like, oh boy, like am I expected to do this every single year at WrestleMania? I could see, you know, not wanting to do that either.
He's a special human. He's so jacked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So jacked.
Huge.
So
Has
jacked.
been forever.
Work ethic insane. Let's go to work, Stu.
Nice.
He did that on the way out.
He did.
Sick.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Never forget it.
Yeah, right out the door there. He gets changed, goes into the locker room, comes out, change, you know, to travel. He looks at us. Somebody was up on the screen, maybe you, I don't know who it was. He looks at us and he goes, and he walks right down the hallway. It was like,
Chill.
what a moment.
Yeah.
That was
That's
a real moment right there. He's awesome.
Check out D-Bone.
Let's talk about the Heisman tomorrow. Well, we already know he's exploded all over himself.
Mm-hmm.
He can't sweat right now because all the moisture in his body has exploded through his penis. He's come 7 to 8 different times because Cena was here.
His balls weigh 50 pounds.
Over and over again.
Yeah. So let's talk about Heisman tomorrow. There has become a clear odds-on favorite in Fernando Mendoza, minus 1,800 to win this thing. That means everybody knows who's winning at this point, Tone?
Yeah, you would assume so. And like I said, going into the Big Ten championship, it was kind of between him, Pavia, and Julian Sayin. He won the Big Ten championship, so that kind of automatically knocks out Sayin. So it's between him and Pavia, and then he has that huge throw down the sideline to Charlie Becker, and everyone was tweeting about it. It's his Heisman moment and stuff like that because, you know, everyone's watching it. That's the last thing everyone sees before they turn in their ballots and stuff like that. So then his odds jump tremendously, and yeah, it's highly expected that he will be your Heisman.
I appreciate that he is who he is. I thought he had an incredible performance on our show.
Oh.
Not that I judge how people do on our show, but I certainly appreciate that he came on, obviously knew the show, and I think the response from a lot of people that maybe didn't know a lot about him was like, this dude's awesome. I don't think a lot of people knew that he was awesome. He was being accused of reading AI answers in interviews because maybe he was too robotic, people were saying about him. And then he comes on our program, and he's pretty wide open. I think because he knows us pretty well. He understands the program and has followed for a long time, from my understanding, Fernando has. So the way he plays, the way he talks about getting hit, the way he views football, the plays he has made, everything about him screams Heisman, I think, and somebody that they would want to be a part of their fraternity forever. But also, number one overall overall pick, this guy. Like, what a wild transfer from Cal to Bloomington, Indiana. Takes the Hoosiers on this ride and also changed the trajectory of his life, AJ.
Yeah. Imagine he's going to win the Heisman most likely. His speech is going to be like, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be inspirational. It's going to be authentic to him. Like, it's impossible to root against this guy. I think him and a lot of the guys on the team, when you hear him speak, they got something special going over there. And I'm a huge fan of Mendoza. I always will be.
I had a lot of Ohio people attacking me because I had a hole in my jeans and I was chanting for the Hoosiers at Lucas Oil Stadium. You know, a lot of people call me a douchebag from Ohio.
What's the hole in your jeans? But what do you mean about that?
Well, I was wearing holy jeans as if I thought I was some fucking Abercrombie & Fitch model.
Okay.
That's what Ohio people were saying. You know, classic Ohio. I'm from Pittsburgh. I understand how Ohio people are. There were some people talking shit to me, calling me a douchebag, all these types of things on the internet and in real life for this particular moment. But it also felt as if the Ohio State people kind of have respect for Indiana.
Yes.
Didn't it feel like that,
Yeah.
AJ? I don't know. You'd be around it a little bit more than me.
I think they definitely do. Yeah. I don't hear like Indiana slander. I don't hear anyone talk like, I think they respect who they are and how good of a team they are.
I think they appreciated how tough they were. Like, I think that is what Ohio State people did. And I'm not saying that Ohio State people are immediately going to respect a team that's tough, because if Michigan's tough, Ohio State's not going to respect them. But I think, from my understanding, from what I have witnessed, and it might just be through you and the other people I know from Ohio that have talked about it, but it feels like Ohio State's like, Indiana's a good football team. Like, obviously shouldn't have lost that game. We need to win those games. But I don't think it's like Ohio State hates Indiana. I think Ohio State's like, we lost to a really good football team in Indiana, and now we're in the college football playoff.
Well, and it wasn't like a shootout. It was a gritty, physical game. Like, and to your point, if that was something where, you know, they were dancing around and maybe it was a blowout and it was a very pretty game from Indiana, that'd be one thing. But like, they shut down Ohio State's offense, and nobody has really done that. Actually, nobody has done that since the college football playoff started last year. And when you're talking about their defense too, like the Hoosiers took punches. Like the first play of the game, Mendoza got fucking blasted, and he bounced back and continued to play. And it feels like that is something Ohio people will look at and say, like, okay, respect. You talk how you talk, whatever. You got killed. You came back in the game, and you stepped up in the biggest moment.
It's good football. Good football.
Yeah.
And that's all we're looking for. Good football. Play the game right, represent the game right, respect the game, and let's enjoy the hell out of this season. All right, let's take a break, and then let's make our picks on the other side, as your connection is getting a little sticky over there as you were starting to compliment Indiana. Yep, you still are. All right, be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. We'll be making picks on the other side. Take 5.
5.
All the way in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude truly, feel like new school dean, life's pretty cool, G3 jobs, fuel means tank top, blue jeans, never change, crew needs, deep shots, view screens, movie star, 2 scenes, bank account juicy, canceled who me, boogeyman spooky, folks watch who sees, hating folks dookie, yeah, you waiting yeah, you waiting folks dookie, yeah, you waiting folks dookie, yeah, I'm up here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, checking out some new scenes, and you hating folks dookie.
Jack, you got anything to say to the team here?
Oh, man, you guys keep crushing and firing everybody up. It's bigger than you guys, and you guys are the friggin' best.
Boom.
Thank you, Jack.
That's amazing.
Yes.
God damn, I needed that.
I got back in shape. I think the best shape of my life. I felt like I just throw people through walls. Oh, shit. What's happening?
this? We interrupt your regular programming with breaking news.
We have reports of a UAP approaching Indianapolis. They have messaged to officials they are coming to take over the world.
Government agencies have been alerted that they plan to land and activate Earth's Armageddon switch.
This is literally the scariest situation imaginable, a true doomsday scenario. Please stay calm, seek shelter immediately, and pray to whatever God or higher power you believe in.
What is that?
What? Landed here?
I think Indianapolis. What? So that can't be.
We gotta go find these motherfuckers.
Yeah?
That's what we need to do.
I think it sounds like something you should do. Jack Carr. Yeah. I don't know. We need to.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
All right, well, let's go. Yeah. Let's... Fuck these pieces of shit.
Let's get them.
Oh, there it is. That motherfucker. It's here. It's here.
It's the button.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
Hey, do you have a rifle?
No, I got something better. I got something better. Jack, I've been saving this.
What?
Yeah.
What is this thing?
What?
For a rifle. What is this?
Yeah, it kills aliens. Yeah, I bought it online, deep web.
That's certainly convenient for us. All right, here we go. Hey, will you be my spotter?
Oh my God, it'd be my honor. Let's go kill these motherfuckers.
Let's do this.
Where are they?
I don't know. I think they're coming. Looks like they might be coming from right over here.
Yeah, looks like I see their fucking ship. Let's get them. They're not gonna get to that button, Jack.
Nope, they will not get to that button. Is that one of them?
Yeah. Black helmet, Carhartt khaki. He's walking right at you. Go ahead and pep. Yep. That's it, Jack Carr. That's it, Jack Carr. You killed that son of a bitch. Oh, there's another one. He looks the exact same, a little taller, a little bit more awkward.
A little more awkward?
Yeah, he's in the same spot though. Go ahead and get him. Go ahead. Yeah, there it is. Good hit, Jack Carr.
Two down.
2 dead aliens. Not on our watch. Oh, he came down backwards. This one's showing you his back. No respect.
No respect.
Kind of a disrespectful alien here as he drags his carcass around. Looks different. Oh, all 3 of them stacked up. Nice. Jack Carr slaying aliens. Oh, there's one more. It's a big one.
Oh, he looks like an eater.
He is an eater.
Oh, man.
This must be their supreme commander. Look at the size. He's looking at you, Jack. He's coming at you, Jack. He's coming at us, Jack. Get his big ass, Jack. Boom. This guy's trying to take down our planet. Go the fuck out. That's it, Jack Carr. Go back to where you came from, you sack of shit! Hey, good work, dude. Amazing. That was awesome. I mean, they were gonna fucking come in here. I mean, they just popped up and they just shot him right in the fucking head.
I don't know. Good thing we saw that newscast when we did.
Well, that's why they do the live alert. I don't know. Did we know that? That's still.
I feel like that should have been disclosed when we bought this place.
The legit. Let's go and talk to the boys.
Amazing, let's do it.
What a life you live.
Man, I'm just glad you had this rifle and I had those binos. What are the odds of that? I mean,
I could see them.
Good thing I carry those with me everywhere I go.
The big one at the end really ate some fucking pain.
Yeah, I feel like he stopped somewhere on the way in for a snack.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Are we good?
What do you think, boys? Fucking Jack Carr's here.
not enough reason to buy his new book. I don't know what is. Fucker just saved the earth. And nobody would have known about it if it didn't just so happen to happen right here with all these cameras. Thank you, Jack Carr. Thank you, Jack Carr.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys.
Three-time World Saver Jack Carr has done it again. We're all mind-blown that a global attack always seemingly happens when Jack Carr comes to the Thunderdome. But boy, we're thankful he's always there to save us all. On that note, Jack Carr's new book, Cry Havoc, is available now. It's a Vietnam-era thriller and the 8th installment of the multiple-time New York Times best-selling series Terminal List. Hell yeah, Jack Carr. Hell yeah.
You know what? I think there's only one thing left to do here. I've experienced cafecito time. I've experienced the wonderful culture. I've experienced the beautiful people, and I think we got some Canes over here. We got some Canes over here. We got some Canes over here. This day in Coral Gables is going to be one that I will remember for the rest of my life. Ray Lewis started his dance right here at Miami. Ed Reed started his legendary run here at Miami. The legends of football run deep. The moments are special. The national championships are in abundance. Just last year, a lovely University of Miami woman diver from Italy won a national championship. This thing's been staring at me all damn day.
You're out of your mind, brother. You're crazy.
Kirk, I'm a little winded.
That's what I was going to say. You talked the whole time you were running. I'll give you a chance to catch your breath, you son of a bitch. You're crazy.
I hope somebody got a lifesaver over there. Is there a lot of that? My man's out of breath. It is a long way to the top.
Are you going to jump in your suit? Are you going to jump in
Oh, my God. Yeah, so
I'm tired for you.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Oh, he's going to take the jacket off. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, he's taking the shirt off now.
Okay. All right.
Looking ripped.
Yeah,
looking ripped.
fit.
Oh, he's taking the drawers off.
Ladies and gentlemen. The pants.
Not the drawers.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you come to this beautiful campus, you will notice quickly that the students here love this university. They love this atmosphere. And I'm with everybody. I think the U is back. Give me.
He's got the speed on. Oh, my God.
Give me the.
Canes, baby.
Here it goes.
Oh, God.
Here it goes. Feet together. Feet together.
I think that was the lead so for the Pacer.
Harry's got the U. Rushing it out. Oh, my God. McAfee with the refreshing plunge. Miami and Florida tonight. Let's have a look at that again. Check out the form, Herbie. Oh, man.
Let's see the toes.
We need Jess to
Good, pretty good.
Legs together, right? Perfect.
Perfection.
We have an opportunity to give away $75,000 to a kid named Daniel Villasenor.
Absolutely.
You're a sophomore, correct?
Yeah.
What is your major?
Civil engineering.
Okay, so what's that mean? What is civil engineering?
I don't really know.
Have you ever kicked a ball before?
I have.
When? Were you a soccer player?
Soccer player, yeah.
Okay, how were you at kicking soccer balls? Pretty good?
I was okay. I was good.
Have you ever said anything negative about football kickers?
Maybe once or twice.
Daniel! Damn, Daniel! We don't need that. You make a field goal here from 33 yards uphill. You're the civil engineer. You'd have to tell me, I think it's about a 40-yard kick. If you're able to do that, we will give you $75,000.
All right.
He's got no laces.
Yeah, what do we got going here? Can we get a shot of shoes?
What time?
Hey, a shot of the shoes.
Daniel showed up in his Vans with no laces. What time did you get here for this?
About 11:40 last night.
Need a lot of power.
Good luck, Daniel.
I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it. Wait a second.
Just like everything this morning, that was a surprise. We did not expect that.
Let's go. We got to do one more shot.
One more kick for $100,000.
You got this, dude.
Let's go. How about this, Daniel? How about this, Daniel? Not only is this one for $100,000, if you make it, we'll add another $100,000 to the $500,000 donation we're about to make from College Game Day to the hurricane relief. It could be $600,000 if you make this, with $100,000 going into your pocket. Daniel, this is bigger than you. Let's make a kick, bro.
Way to overcome the shoes here. That was a heck of an effort. Come on, you got this.
In Berkeley, California.
You got it.
Oh! Proud of you, buddy. Hell yeah!
Great job.
Damn, Daniel! Damn, Daniel! All right.
What just happened? Are you kidding me? It's fun, man. 11:40 he was there. I know.
600,000 to hurricane relief. 100,000 to Daniel. What a morning in Berkeley. Way to go, Daniel.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this super feel-good Cena Friday, December 12th, 2025. Hour 3 of the program begins now. Football! Hey, it's magical. That's AJ Hawk. The Toxic Table's here at Boss O'Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tone is here. All the boys in the back. And obviously, the Thunderdome is alive. We're very thankful for John Cena stopping by the Thunderdome in the first hour as he just sits one sleep away from his last match ever in the WWE as he takes on Gunther tomorrow night at Saturday night's main event, only available on Peacock. Now, we're about to get into our picks, but AJ, we would be remiss if we didn't pick this one. Cena, Gunther, one-on-one, Washington, D.C. in the final for John Cena's legendary GOAT-like career. Now, he's taking on the ring general, Gunther, who I've been in the ring with, and I'll tell you what, brother, he's a problem. He's strong, he's tough. And whenever that chop hits your chest, it's not only your sternum that hurts and your body that hurts, your eardrums blow out because the smack is so damn menacing that your entire body can't help but to collapse. John Cena's obviously been in battles before, but I don't know if he knows what he's into with this Austrian monster in Gunther. AJ, who do you like? How do you like him? First, let's get some of the numbers. Tone, what is the percentage of bets on who for this particular matchup?
A crazy 85% is on John Cena in this match.
Wow.
But it makes sense. He is minus 300 to win this match. He's a heavy favorite.
The odds have been moving, though, in this particular one. He obviously ends here as a heavy favorite, just like Fernando Mendoza for the Heisman. But it wasn't always that way when we were looking ahead to this match, Ty.
No, it wasn't. And I think one of the reasons that it might be moving in the other direction towards Gunther is because a lot of people are speculating that the Kabuki Warriors might interfere with this
That'd be
match. And
insane.
somehow they've been raising a lot of hell over there. So we'll see, but that could be why things are kind of moving back in the direction of Gunther.
So obviously you bring up the Kabuki Warriors. Last time we saw Cena in a ring, Raquel Rodriguez gave him the Tejada bomb. Then he got the pop rocks from Roxanne Perez. He got kicked in the balls by Liv Morgan. So obviously a lot happened. Dominic Mysterio becomes the Intercontinental Champion. But Conman, when you talk about not only the odds shifting, has that changed your mindset on who's going to win this? And what do you think the strategies are?
I think you always have to look at the odd moving. I would take the over on chops. I think that's my biggest thing is Gunther especially is going to have to hammer him. I mean, this is the GOATs, the never seen 17 champion. He will be going for his final bid, and he has all the motivation in the world, but Gunther also playing spoiler. I mean, he is Austrian. He's not American, so he doesn't respect anything that is true and real and patriotic. So I'd take over chops because that's going to be his strategy. As far as Cena goes, I mean, I think he's flying off of pure emotion. Who knows about sleep tonight? I don't see any in Cena's future. So being well rested, does that matter as much? I don't think so. Hard to go against Cena, but the safe bet here is just pain. Yeah, I almost had it. It's just pain. It's just pure pain delivered. from Gunther.
Pain per square inch.
What do you mean you almost got it? What do you
I
mean?
almost had. I had the perfect bow, and I completely fucking pissed on it. So I'm actually incredibly mad at myself right now. I don't really want to get into it.
But you're saying pure pain's on the way.
Pain's on the way, man.
I think Gunther wins.
All right, Tone picking Gunther. Ty.
I'm not going against Cena.
He's with 88% of the bets, is what Tone says. Con man.
I'm taking Cena in a landslide.
AJ?
I'd have to roll with Cena, but I think there's a possibility that for the business, Cena finds a way to just let Gunther have this one. I think it's possible.
Do you think the last time is now he's going to let something happen for somebody else? He's leaving it all out there, and he never gives up.
He wants to put over the business more than anything. It's not about John Cena. It's about the business.
That's what he said today. I mean, he's a humble champion.
He wants to springboard the most violent champion of all time into the next stratosphere.
And that's why you're taking
Gunther.
Well, how about showcasing to the next generation that if you work your ass off and you become the GOAT, you fucking win?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Wouldn't that be a cool thing?
That would be.
And that's what it's going to be. Give me John Cena.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Cena too. Give me Cena.
Big fight, John. I mean, no problems. I'm excited to see who all shows up now. I thought it was potentially on NBC because maybe Peacock would want John Cena's final thing on NBC. You know, the Peacock company would want the linear one to maybe get a little bit of a boost. You know, we got John Cena's final match.
What is on it?
I'm looking right now.
It's strictly on Peacock, which means there's no hard out.
Ah, there you have it.
Peacock, there's no hard out, right? So for us,
this match could be 2 hours long.
not just this match, who knows?
This card.
Not just the card, but who knows all the, the shits that could come with John Cena's final match. You know, who's going to want to say thank you to John Cena? Who's going to want to come see John Cena? You know, like that type of stuff, those types of conversation. There's a chance that no hard out is definitely for the best of all parties, but also provides a lot of opportunity for tomorrow night being awesome. So congrats to John Cena, get a big time win on his way out. That's what he does.
Boy, John.
Cena does.
The Wall, I believe, is on NBC at 8 p.m.
Let's fucking go.
They also have the Shrek the Halls Christmas special.
Yes.
You're not going to be watching that, though. You already said
I got multiple TVs, and Shrek the Halls will be one of them.
Yeah, Pure Pain, though, is on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Per square inch?
That's going to haunt me for the whole weekend.
And SNL.
Oh, yeah, SNL. What's he doing?
Hopefully it's not an indication of things to come.
I'm so serious.
Yeah, I know. We were watching.
Yeah. Until 1 o'clock. I'm going to be thinking about that 2 minutes.
Well, please don't. It was great. You actually sang, oh, so close, man. Maybe my favorite take you've ever had. Con man, thank you for the breakdown.
Yeah.
Over on chops, good part. Hey, that's good.
Great bet.
That's good prop bet.
Great
too.
bet.
That's good prop bet. All right, let's get to our bets. Week 15. Mendoza's winning the Heisman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they shouldn't have odds on it because it kind of ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, it kind of does. It makes us know what's going to happen before a time, but we can look ahead to Mendoza's speech, which I think we all think. Army, Navy favored by 6. AJ, you'll take?
I'm going to take Army on this one.
Army +6. I'll take Navy. I'll take Navy -6, just strictly because, we got to represent for America on both sides. If you would have taken Navy there, I would have taken Navy.
It's in Baltimore. Kind of a home game.
Yeah, right in your backyard.
Hoorah, boys. 6 points, a lot of points.
Man, those helmets, both helmets are sweet.
Obviously, they both played Air Force this year, and they both won by 3 points against Air Force. I don't know if that means anything to you.
6 points, a lot of points.
Fun fact, I believe I saw it yesterday on the internet. I think each Navy helmet takes 3 hours to paint.
Yeah, I saw the painting of it.
Insane.
Yeah, very nice. It's going to be special. The
flyovers always.
Yeah, the pregame festivities are awesome. 6 points, a lot of points. Army +6, Navy wins. I'm on your side there, AJ. 6 points, it feels like a lot of points.
Underdogs.
Yeah, and the trends are this is going to be a close game. Snow, right? We assume?
Yeah. I don't know for sure, but I would assume.
Feels
flurries.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one feels close, doesn't it? It feels like it's coming down to the end.
High of 43, low of 30. No precipitation, so just a nice cloudy Baltimore day.
All right, I'll take Army +6. Navy wins, though. Congrats to them. All right, let's go to the Sunday slate, AJ. Last night, we were both wrong, so that means we're 0-0 going into Sunday. Shout out to both of us. Browns, Bears. Bears favored by 7.5 at home. Over-under 38.5. Shador Sanders, Caleb Williams, depending upon who you listen to. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
Obviously, I was thinking Bears early, like I think everyone is. But you know what? For whatever reason, I think the Browns find a way to keep this one close. Give me the Browns.
How cold is it now? What's the weather? This one's about to be historic.
Yeah, 10 degrees, and I believe we got a 15-degree wind chill. It might get down to -5.
Yeah, it feels like -4 at kickoff is what it says.
Chilly.
Yeah, that is a chilly.
Who knows how this game goes then? You know that. Who handles this the best?
It feels like -4, and then there's gusts coming. Yeah, it's literally just a mental toughness game. That is all this one is. I like where Ben Johnson's team is. I like them -7.5, even though I could see Myles Garrett getting a couple. Congrats to him on his record. I think Shador Sanders is going to do well again. I think he's going to throw for a bunch of yards, continue that conversation. But give me the Chicago Bears. I like them fresh off a loss to the Packers. Jets, Jags, AJ, Jags favored by 13.5 at home. Congrats to Jacksonville Jaguars having the opportunity to be favored by this much in meaningful football season. Such a quick turnaround for Liam and the boys. Anything we need to know about this particular game?
Brady Cook is the starting quarterback for the Jets because Tyrod and Justin Fields are hurt.
And if you watched him last week, no disrespect to him, but this is one of those things where it's like if you're a 13.5, a lot of points, but if you pick the Jets and they end up get beat by 35, which they definitely could, you're going to be kicking yourself come Monday.
AJ, who do you like?
Well, with that being said, I guess I'll take the Jags. -13.5.
It was ugly.
Me too, brother. Okay, I'll take the Jags as well. Bills at Patriots. Bills favored in Foxborough against the #1 seed New England Patriots. Whole new team in New England. Drake May's a bona fide superstar, odds-on favorite to win the damn MVP. Mike Vrabel has always won when he was a head coach, and the Buffalo Bills are fresh off a Josh Allen MVP in the snow masterpiece, late comeback to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Connor, any final thoughts that we should think about?
95% chance of snow on Sunday in Gillette. It will be a snow game. It is a hat and T-shirt game. I believe it's the only one, first one of the season. Patriots win. They win the division. They are officially in the playoffs. I'm not completely sure as far as injury report goes. I know our third-string running back is probably out. Christian Benford, starting corner superstar for the Bills, actually a guy who had the pick six against the Bengals. He popped up on the injury report. I believe he had a boot for a toe injury. Starting left guard Jared Wilson for the New England Patriots, who's been out past couple weeks with an ankle. He will be back at left guard, which is massive. This is just kind of a throw everything out blood ball time, baby.
Has Drake May played in a snow game yet?
I don't believe so. Not this year. He might have had one late last year in the snow, but I'm not sure. Nothing with stakes like this, for sure.
Let's go into the deets, shall we? Hand size, please, on Drake, and then obviously compare it to big hand Josh Allen.
Drake May, 9 1/8 is his hand size. Josh Allen is 10 1/8 for his hand. He's got an inch bigger hands.
What's standard for big hand quarterbacks to be? Over 9 inches? Is that kind of the thing?
I think anything over 9 is considered good, right?
Coming out of that draft, because this is how I found it or whatever, Penix had 10 1/2, Bo Nix was 10 1/8, Caleb 9 3/4, Drake May 9 1/8, JJ McCarthy 9. So I don't know what that does for you, but that's just kind of what the coming out of that draft was.
Because Josh Allen in the snow, we all just see him do special things, and it's because he has massive hands. He's an athlete. He can move. Drake May, we just assume going to be good in a similar situation.
Yeah, just for context, what were Kenny Pickett's hand size? Because that was the big thing with
11.
him. Is like,
No. Can we actually get it, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
because that was the whole thing. It was like, hey, this guy's hands are way too small. So if his are 8 and something, then I guess. But
8.5.
Okay, so there you have
All
it.
right,
So
that's
yeah,
it.
no big deal.
All right, let's move along. Who are you picking, AJ? The Bills or the Patriots?
You know what? I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills on this one.
I will take the New England Patriots, even though there's a lot of unknowns, and we know how special Josh Allen can be in the snow. I like the Patriots team a lot. Not that I don't like the Bills. Love the Bills. They've been very good to us, but I just like, maybe it's because Connor and me following along with this story so closely to it. They're a good football team. They're a very fucking good football team, the New England Patriots.
And Vrabel, Connor said at the beginning of the show, off of a bye in the regular season is 6-0 ATS and straight up.
Getting points at home, I'll take the New England Patriots. Cardinals, Texans minus 9.5. I've already talked about how disrespectful it is to the Colts for what this spread is, so everybody knows I'm on the Texans. How about you, AJ?
Yep, give me the Texans.
Raiders, Eagles favored by 11.5 at home, taking on a Raiders team that has just been very fascinating to watch. Who was playing quarterback for the Raiders last week?
It was Geno, and then Kenneth Pickett came in. He threw an absolute dart, and he will be your starting quarterback. It's not a revenge game. It's kind of like a commemorative game since he was the Super Bowl winning quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles last year.
Kenny Pickett, last person to touch the ball during the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl. At kickoff, it'll be 29. It'll feel like it's 19 degrees. Precipitation probability 5%, so we don't have to worry about any of the hand stuff with the football. Not that Kenny Pickett ever has anyways. He played at Pitt and won an ACC championship. He's from New Jersey. He's used to bad weather. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it in this one? 11.5. It's a lot of points.
Yeah, 11.5 feels like a bunch, especially I don't feel great about where the Eagles are right now, but I don't feel very good about the Raiders either. So give me the Eagles right here, minus 11.5.
All right, I'll take the Raiders plus 11.5, even though I don't think they win the game ever. 2.5 favorites are the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals, interesting situation, especially with Joey B saying, this sucks.
I don't even want to be around anymore.
I ain't playing playoff football, so what is the purpose of playing? It's a kid's game. Okay, we get paid a lot of money to do this. I certainly love it, but, what do we play it for?
There's a chance.
This is where Joey Burrow is at.
Yeah.
There's a chance. What's that, pal?
If they win out, which their schedule is not bad, there's a chance they could still make the playoffs. So they still have something to play for.
And if they lose,
they're out.
They're eliminated, and this could be the last time you ever see Joe Burrow in a Bengals jersey.
Or ever.
Any jersey.
At kickoff, yeah, because he was talking, and then all the Andrew Luck comparisons came, and we all saw what happened there. At kickoff, it'll feel like it's 1 degree.
Sheesh.
Okay? Lamar Jackson and Baltimore Ravens, they've looked very interested this year, right?
Yeah, very much so.
Man.
Interested is kind of a word that could describe the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Have they been? I don't know.
Juiced up, ready to go, excited to play in every game.
I think this is Joe's first home game since he's been back.
2.5 point favorites in Cincinnati. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
I like the Cincinnati Bengals here. Now, I know who else out? T. Higgins is out. Anyone else out?
Trey.
The Bengals, I don't.
Trey just had his core muscle.
Trey's continue to be out. Okay. Yeah, give me the Bengals at home here. I think Joe's rope-a-dope, letting them think that he's like all down the dumps. Oh, what is football? What is life?
Woe is me.
Boom. He puts up 5 touchdowns.
Joe's got to do a full. I love football. I am football week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like Joey B and the Bengals as well. That's crazy to say about this Ravens team, by the way. Just in my head, I just saw the stats of Lamar for the last 4 or 5 games or whatever it is. It's just not good.
Bad.
Yeah, and everybody's hurt at this point, but it looks as though he's hurt. He's playing injured.
Give me the Bengals. It's going to feel like it's 1 degree at kickoff. Jeez Louise. Chargers, Chiefs in the home of the Chiefs. Favored by 5.5 with 76% of the bets on the Chargers. Obviously, after the huge primetime win, there was a lot of things that happened with Justin Herbert. Obviously, with everything that happened in Michigan, we assume Harbaugh's got a little bit of this going on. So there's a lot of negative potentially surrounding the Chargers, even though fresh off a win. In the Chiefs, there's a lot of bummed out mindset. What are your thoughts on the game, AJ? Who do you like? How do you like it?
Man, I may be stupid, but I got to pick the Chiefs here. I don't know. It's crazy to me that it feels like a big line, right? Is that because Justin Herbert, the hand, the whole situation coming off the surgery, is that why the Chiefs are favored by this much?
It's a lot of points, man. It's a division game.
Yeah, for real. But I'm still taking them. So, yeah, I'm going to go against Big Mike's judgment and give me the Chiefs.
All right, I'll take the Chargers plus 5.5. Washington Commanders, New York Giants. Giants favored by 2.5 at home. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snaps a 21-game underdog streak.
Wow, congratulations.
Huge.
That's a big deal.
How about Mara just a couple years ago was sick of telling his billionaire friends about why his team sucks. And for the first time in 21 games, his team isn't expected to lose. Good for him. Hey, congrats to you guys and Mara.
This is a must-watch game.
Anything we need to know about this game that potentially would inform us on why you guys are favorites, Bruce?
No, not really. I mean, the commies just got boat raced. But, yeah, not a ton to play for or really care about here. It's just pure pride. Rivalry matchup in the division. Win it for the gaffer, Shit. Let's go get one done.
Yeah, let's do it.
If not, we're picking first.
Yeah, let's do it. AJ, did that get it over the hump for you to pick the Giants, or are you going to take the Commanders getting points like I am?
Who are the starting quarterbacks in this game?
Dart Mariota.
Yeah, Mariota Dart.
Yep. Okay, give me the New York Giants. I like them at home.
Oh.
I do.
Mike Kafka did say on Hard Knocks we're going to win out. He said
did
if you
hear
guys
that.
aren't coming to do that, get the fuck out of here. So, I don't know. Message landed.
Remember they showed 2 and 10 on the board before the Patriots game? Like, look at this shit. This fucking sucks. We're done with this. And then they lost to the Pats, but they just had a bye. So now they're 2-11. And they did it again. Put the fucking record up. They said, nuh-uh. Fuck this, guys.
We can actually do it this week.
Mm-hmm. Now, on the flip side, it kind of cut to the guys in the meeting room. And they looked very disinterested and kind of like they didn't care what he had to say.
Oh, really? They're like, yeah, we are.
Yeah, we suck. You're going to be gone,
The fourth fucking guy to stand up there in the last month. So.
Give me Mariota. Give me Mariota. Without Zach Ertz, right? Because of the.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For
Zach, we appreciate your contribution to sports. And if you come back from this, that'd be insane. But that looked nasty. We hope you're okay in the future. Let's go Colts, Seahawks. Biggest spread of the weekend somehow. Seahawks favored by 13.5 at home. Chance of precipitation is Phil Rivers. He's 49 hours, 41 minutes, and 6 seconds away from making his first start in 5 years. His first playing time in 5 years. Is there anything else we need to know about this game other than old man Philip Rivers is returning?
Nope, that's it.
AJ Hawk, who do you like? How do you like him?
From the minute I heard that Phil Rivers was signing with the Colts, I was very positive on it. I said, it's a great idea. Why not? We got to figure it out. Let's find a way. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm taking the Colts here. Obviously, Colts plus 13.5. I think if you have Colts money line, that's not a bad situation either.
Oh, you're speaking from my brain. Jeez Louise, I love that. Thank you, AJ. You got my shirt on from Kufandi. Okay, I love that. Amazon's looking out for both of us. And you're saying my words out of your brain. I love where we're at. We're seeing the field the same way. Give me the Indianapolis Colts plus 13.5. I think it was plus 14 yesterday, too.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take the plus 14 as well, right, AJ, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes,
we will take it all day.
Titans, Niners favored by 12.5 at home. Titans, I don't know, man. Just really about anything.
Well, I don't know if you heard, but Cam Ward was being a negative Nancy on the team playing after their win on.
I heard that was taken out of context. I heard that Cam Ward was basically like, yeah, it's cool, man. We won, but also, like, what are we doing here?
We suck.
Yeah, we're fucking 2-11.
Then I heard somebody who's the team comedian who has a good relationship with everybody said, hey, it's hard to win this league. Let's make sure we enjoy this. I don't care what the hell Cam Ward said.
Yeah.
Cam Ward don't know. He's a fucking rookie. You don't know how hard it is to win. It's like,
But I saw there's truth in every joke.
Well, that's also maybe team comedian's a shit talker naturally. We know Cam Ward's a shit talker as well. So that's just a little shit talk, I think. And I like that Cam Ward's like,
They are hot.
hey, let's not fucking have a parade because we won a game. Let's make sure we understand there's still things to do, which maybe bodes well for the future of the Titans if anybody in positions of power can make a good decision one time.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we need.
TBD.
That's asking a lot.
It's going to shock you. I looked it up yesterday. The Titans, after a win this year, are 0-1.
What?
We don't have a lot to pull from.
Is that a Hembo stat?
Is there any Niners stats that we have here other than the fact that they're just much better football team than the Tennessee Titans?
Oh, I bet there are. I don't have them at the helm, especially because stats today were a lot of opinions. But I do think
it did feel like a mail-in on the stats.
Yeah,
day.
it's fucking ridiculous. But Bob Saleh against rookie quarterbacks. Can't imagine rookie quarterbacks do too well against a guy like that.
All right, AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
I was leaning Tennessee when we started this, but I'm going to flip and take San Francisco minus 12.5.
Yeah, I had the same exact trajectory as you on this particular pick. Give me the Niners. Green Bay favored by 2.5 heading into number 1 seed Denver Broncos. Now, obviously, the Broncos defense is stout. Bo Nix is able to get the job done on the offensive side. And for the Green Bay Packers, you want to talk about a stout defense. That's a smothering defense that they have. Halfley's name is now up for basically every single job. Mike is doing things we've never seen of, and it's not just him. It's the entire squad. And on the offensive side, it's Toyathon. Jordan Love is about to go absolutely bonkers. Ty, anything we should think about before making this pick?
No, you kind of mentioned it when we talked about this in the first hour. Josh Jacobs did have another MRI just to make sure he didn't do anything to his knee, and it came back clean. But there is a thought that maybe he won't play Sunday. I think he's playing Sunday. So at this point, that's kind of the only thing.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur said that running back Josh Jacobs will practice today in a limited fashion. It sounds like he's feeling pretty good. LaFleur added they will have to see how he feels after the workout. LaFleur said there, and we didn't hear it exactly, Josh Jacobs telling us he's playing this game.
I mean, this is a massive fucking game. I can't see there being any way he sits this out.
AJ, who do you like and why is it the Packers?
I tell you what, I mean, the fact that the Packers are favorites going into Denver when they are such a good team in a tough place to play at Mile High, that says a lot about what these odds makers, I guess, believe the Packers are. I think the Packers win this. I'm taking the Packers here minus 2.5 on the road in Denver. We know the impact Micah has, even if he's not making the tackle. We know what he can do, and the rest of that defense is very, very good around him. And Jordan Love's going to hit a few deep balls over the top, too.
I don't like what my brain just did. I don't like it. I was on the Packers there, and I might end up still being on the Packers.
Something happened.
But in my brain, I saw Jordan Love backing up like this and doing one of these, and for some reason, Broncos are on the other side of it.
There's a chance. I mean, he threw a pick. He threw a pick early against the Bears last week, and then kind of recalculated and just absolutely shredded them.
No, that's old Jordan. That's not this Jordan.
I was gonna say he's been playing so good over like the last 4 weeks, and I would guess that's why the line is what it is, because ultimately the books just are a little bit more confident in Jordan Love than they are Bo Nix.
I'll take the Green Bay Pack. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, exactly what he said. Like if you look at the teams and how the Broncos have beat them, like it hasn't been they haven't had like an impressive win this point yet. And we talked about this yesterday to someone who called you. The Patriots get a lot of gruff for their strength of schedule, and no one's really talking about how the Broncos have the second easiest schedule, but they haven't beaten anybody handily really yet.
Okay, I like the Packers minus 2.5. I don't know why my brain did that though, because my brain was just trying to checks and balances here.
Yeah, every stone unturned.
And he played Bo. To his credit, he does step up in big game. He does.
I like Jordan, too, after his interview, which, once again, I can change the way I think about somebody entirely from one conversation. I liked Jordan Love coming into our convo with him earlier this week. I love Love now.
Boom.
Detroit Lions, I used to love them.
What happened?
Well, I fell out. Mostly because we have zero relationship with the team, but also because they don't look the same this year as they did last year.
No, they don't.
I fell in love with them last year and the year past because they were tough, they were fun, they were exciting, they were electrifying. And MCDC was giving us a soundbite every single fucking week. Where have those been?
They got bad.
Honestly, good question.
Wow.
He's focused on the offense. That's
Well,
what
Applebee's commercial was ass.
Bad.
His press conferences have been ass.
Bad.
What are they contributing to fucking sports all of a sudden?
The locker room, Sellies have been worse than they normally are, I'd say.
Oh, no.
Jahmyr Gibbs is really the only redeeming.
Him and Jack Campbell, yeah.
The offense is playing great. I'll give MCDC a lot of credit there. And they're going to have to score 1 million points in this game. But I will say the defense has not been. If you guys remember, Brian Branch out with that Achilles injury. Kirby Joseph was supposed to come back. He's been out for 1 million games. Well, he had a setback, so he's out for the regular season. And Terrion Arnold, another starter, out for the season, so that secondary is banged up. And that's not good against Matthew Stafford.
Do they have the revenge game every time Matthew Stafford's playing the Detroit Lions?
Yes.
Do they have the immortal chamber thing in Detroit for all these players, or did Matt only get introduced to that in L.A.?
Great point. We need that. Also, let's look into the turf. I think you brought that point up to me. That turf seems to be a problem because we have injuries 2 years in a row now, and it's not looking good.
Yeah, nobody ever talks about Detroit's turf. And I'm not saying all the injuries are there, just natural thought whenever we hear about a team having a lot of injuries.
Right.
It's like, what's going on there that maybe isn't anywhere else? And maybe it's just on misfortune or whatever. But on that note, The amoral people, I think, have tried to get in touch with us.
Seriously?
There's a chance we get one of those trailers in here.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we're living forever. Our haters are going to be fucking mad when we are alive forever and they are not.
We're all going to be able to dunk again?
Again? You were able to dunk?
Yeah.
And you ball?
Huh? No.
No, I know you weren't. That's what I'm saying. Like, in what dunking are you referring to?
10 foot,
High school, brother.
High school what?
Fucking basketball.
You're dunking in high school?
What are we talking about? Tennis ball, but...
I had no idea. Honestly, I'm going to be 100% serious right now. I had no idea you had ever.
Tennis ball counts.
I mean,
I'm saying with the tennis ball, you were able.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had that type of explosion in you.
I bet you still can.
You're more of a savvy player, I always thought. I didn't know you were like an explosive.
Not anymore.
Still savvy.
I didn't know you could get the tennis ball in. That's even a good feat for you.
Yeah.
For anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't touch a rim. Kidding me?
Never?
Not even close, brother.
But you fucking got A.J. Dillon on the sideline.
I was a savvy basketball player. More of a Stockton.
Could you smack the backboard when you were doing a layup?
The bottom.
The rubber?
The rubber part.
That was the best.
Smacking rubber?
Yeah, I mean, look, no one was picking me to dunk the ball. You know, they were picking me to pass the ball.
I know, but for a guy that, in my eyes, is a good athlete, I think you are a good athlete. After watching you do all different sporting styles, I think you are a good athlete. You're the first good athlete that I've ever met that has not been able to touch like rim.
Jumping, and I mean this seriously. Like, basketball was probably one of my better sports growing up, but yes, like jumping has just never been my
Yeah,
thing.
but Connor can throw, Connor can shoot, Connor can do it. Connor, you're like a real athlete.
Oh yeah, I can skate. Like if we go across the board in sports, I can do them all. Just jumping, no matter what, has never been my thing.
Dancing, though, you're not bad.
I can, again, on the ground.
10 toes.
Yeah, exactly. 2 feet.
You gassing up that drummer the other night, I still will not be able to ever. Okay.
I mean, he was a talent. I mean, he might have been a cocky son of a bitch.
Is that when he owned Tibittle?
We were at a, that was crazy. This might have been the reason why Indiana won, to be honest. At halftime, Indiana's band was doing their thing first. Tibittle was walking in front of us, our suite. And I don't know how many people were on that.
Too many.
Maybe 1,000?
A lot.
A lot.
He got every other one of them. So 500, then they'll say if there's 1,000, 800, he got 400 of them. They would walk, and they would have no idea. And Connor would go, hey, Tibittle. And Ohio State band would look, and he'd go, on the field, Tibittle. And then
It was funny.
They were pissed.
They were not.
I laughed every other time I did it.
Tibittle and the Indiana band put on a good show at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
How come nobody was saying that about the Big 12 championship? What's that all about?
I don't know. I thought John Party brought the fucking house down.
He did.
But apparently not everybody thought that.
Came out of the ground. Give this guy some credit. He had 3 different stages.
3 stages,
Well, that's-
fucking pyro and fireworks. This guy had a clean shave, sweet
That might have
jacket.
been the problem.
Huh?
That might have been the problem. He should have maybe grown a beard because I saw a lot of people saying, who the fuck is this wobble body? Oh, it's dirt on my boots guy. And he doesn't have any fucking dirt on his boots. Those things look brand new.
Well, that's because he was in Jerry World and they gave him a full thing. I don't think it was fair the way that people were talking about Mr. Party. Because
I agree.
I will say this. I thought it was great. And there might be a little dirt on my boots. Banger.
Stage can't be the star.
Well, that was-
you can't be going after like the stage was cool. Like
stage was cool.
Stage was cool, but that can't be the one. Like Jack White and Eminem, I don't even remember the fucking stage.
I remember the setup of the fans very close,
Yeah.
which I thought was a smart idea.
Yeah, it was great.
For the optics to have that many hands. Whenever they zoomed out and were like, oh, that's only that far.
Nobody down there.
Then the cheerleaders were in there. I thought maybe that was interesting because trying to utilize all that space is difficult on a football field. So I think they're always trying to balance that. I think Eminem had the right idea, though.
Wasn't there an igloo?
Everybody tight in here. That was a couple years ago for Jack Harlow. It wasn't great. John Party, I thought you did great, dude. Gumpy and I really enjoyed it. We were in transit. Gumpy and I were in transit, and we're standing in airport watching said performance. A little bit of sound, certainly static sound out here. This guy pops up out of the ground on the stage. We're like, Big 12, bringing it. And then we see the Jack at a party. We're like, holy shit. Sings a song, walks 100 yards to another stage. There's firework, there's pyro, and he's absolutely, getting on that thing. And me and Gumpy are like, this should be Super Bowl halftime, maybe. Did we hear it entirely? I mean, we weren't plugged in like some people were. Gumpy sends one. Party's kind of doing it here or whatever because we were so impressed. Literally stopped what we were doing to watch it. We're like, wow, what a show. Then I retweet, double down. This production's outrageous. And then we got 1,000 people telling us how terrible it was.
Some mean things about him.
Mean.
Mean things.
Mean.
I didn't like it.
Not at all. Were you listening to it on mute? I mean, well, and I didn't want to respond.
But
kind of.
I mean, we
it was.
Maybe we didn't hear it as clearly, but Party, we thought you did good.
Baby John O.
He's hating Fox or Dookie, dude. Don't ever forget it.
Yeah.
His jacket.
So cool.
Yeah.
He should have just done dirt on my boots every time. Because there was a point during his first song he was looking up and he was like, God, ain't nobody fucking care that I'm up here right now. And he started with like, how y'all doing, Big 12? Which, that never really plays, but.
Yes, it does. What are you talking about? Always. What are they supposed to say?
I got a lot of dirt on my boots.
What's up, motherfuckers? Guess what? I got some fucking dirt on my boots. I mean, guess what?
You're right.
Every 70,000 on there.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And then when it's over, hey, you know what I was thinking the other day? I just looked down here.
Oh, shit. Got a little motherfucking dirt on my boots.
Or point someone out. Hey, is that some. Hold on. You got a little dirt on your boots.
Yeah, so remix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Here at the Big 12, we all kind of got a little dirt on our boots.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's a fucking artist.
He is.
So why don't we have a little respect for everything he put into that?
No doubt.
Absolute showman to boot.
Amen.
To boot.
Thank you, Party, for the show. And we apologize for, I guess, just throwing you into the sun with our particular setup on our little portion of the internet. But there wasn't one.
No.
I mean, we're scrolling. We got on a plane. Phone goes in pocket. Send that tweet. I fucking doubled down. Absolutely. Phone in pocket. Let's walk the plane, get on plane, sit down on plane. Okay, we're going through the whole thing. Let's check phone before we take off. Jeez, Gumps, are you reading? Holy fuck, this guy's trending right now. They haven't said one good thing about this guy. Gump, have you seen this? And Gumpy goes, it does appear as if we were a little off on our judgment of Party's performance or something like that. It was a great show, though.
You kidding me? Look, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's doing
gassing up the crowd.
The Matt LaFleur bump. I mean, look at all the fucking band on the entire. I mean, they did
everything but Party.
I was gonna say people left in droves too. They were borderline stampeding towards the concession stands when he came out.
You gotta go
Don't see a lot of
I
people
know.
in
I'm
seats.
just saying it's not fair. You'd think people would be like, well, actually, I'm gonna just shit or piss my pants because Party's out there, but they didn't.
Big 12, great job on the halftime alongside Party. Also, Big 10, what you guys did to Lucas Oil Stadium made it awesome. I mean, like taking over these NFL things and making them college atmospheres, you certainly did a good job. Let's get back to the Sunday slate, shall we? We're both on the Packers. We're all on the Rams.
Yep.
Me as well. Man, I don't like that, though. It feels like it's the same old Lions.
I got to give MCDC a little credit here because he's unlocked J-Mo. Gibbs is having one of the best years ever. Goff's numbers are actually incredible if you look at them. And St. Brown's doing St. Brown things, and that's without Laporta and without Ragnow and some of the, so MCDC's doing a good job. Only way we win this game is if it's a shootout. We have to win 42-35 or something.
But isn't that what the Rams want to? The Rams aren't scared of that either.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem with our banged-up defense. It's Stafford will probably throw for 350, 3 tuds.
Is what happens when you win a bunch of games. Your schedule gets very, very hard.
Indeed.
And when you lose a few, when you run into the Rams late into the season, that's when it becomes a huge problem.
75% of the bets are on the Lions, though, so maybe we're seeing it wrong.
I kind of like
65 last night.
You like the Lions?
Yeah.
How come?
I don't know. I just feel like they have to win this week. I think people have kind of written them off and act like they're 6-7 or like they're 8-5 still. Like this team is very good. They play in a very tough division. And I don't know. I don't want to say that the Rams are due for a stinker because that's definitely not the case. But I could see this being like a big, Hutch statement game as well.
6 points, a lot of points, man.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if they're going to win, but I think they'll cover.
AJ, final answer?
LA Rams.
I'll do the same. Panthers-Saints. Panthers favored by 2.5 in New Orleans. New Orleans fresh off a win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Carolina Panthers can still win the NFC South. Potentially should win NFC South with what is happening down there and host a home playoff game. Bryce Young, Shuck. Who do you like? How do you like it, AJ?
I'm a little surprised the Panthers. Well, I guess I thought they might be favored by more than 2.5 going into this game. I know it's a tough place to play down in New Orleans, but give me the Carolina Panthers. I think Bryce Young lights it up.
I'll do the same. Minnesota Vikings, Dallas Cowboys, Sunday Night Football, 5.5-point spread. Dallas Cowboys favored at home. Tell me a little bit about 9 in the Vikings. Any pieces of information that need to be heard?
They're coming off a blowout win last week. 9 had a efficient game, if you will. Didn't throw for a ton of yards, but
128 point something.
Yeah.
QBR.
Very, very efficient. He was 9 of 10 to start the game. But I heard someone say today, like, if the Dallas Cowboys don't win by 40, they're the laughing stock of the NFL.
Who said that?
Stephen A.
Stephen A. said that?
Yep.
Well, he's always got that little thing going on with the Dallas Cowboys. Minnesota Vikings have it all, man, don't they? They got it all.
Except
Van Ginke, if you throw a quick screen his way, he's going to pick it off and take it the other direction.
Cowboys still in it.
AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
Man, 5.5 feels like a lot, but I like this Cowboys team. I really do. And I don't know if the Vikings offense will score enough to keep up. So give me the Cowboys at home.
I'll take the Dallas Cowboys as well, minus 5.5, as we wrapped up the Sunday slate there with our picks. We hope you have an incredible weekend. We hope you have the greatest weekend of your life. And remember, anything you want is available because of our friends at DoorDash.
Hell yeah.
Win every week with DoorDash Streaks. You can save up $250 this season when you order on game days. And obviously, this QR code will make your life easier. And this pizza right here will not be delivered because this pizza is on a graphic. But any pizza that's around you can be delivered to you. And it's not just pizza. You can get local steaks, Chinese food, fast food, healthy food. You get smoothies or shakes or burgers or pants, T-shirt, medicine, cleaning supplies, towels, anything with our friends at DoorDash. Shout out to DoorDash. Shout out to all of you for allowing us to do this for a living. We appreciate the hell out of you. In the back, great work this week, boys.
Everybody's.
Hey, boys.
The GDB graphic design boys, good work this week.
Good work, boys.
Congrats to D-Bone.
Yeah, what a day.
Yeah.
He's in the middle of a hair transition, too.
Yeah.
So he had to take a photo in the middle of a new haircut with his hero, John Cena. So I'll be excited to see how we view that photo 4 or 5 years from now. It's like wedding photos that happen whenever somebody's in a different stage. Here he is right here. This is obviously a magical moment for D-Bone.
Oh, he's a big dude.
Bone, yeah, he's offensive lineman, national champion offensive lineman.
Yeah.
He's a gigantic guy. A lot of people saying his legs are like pogo sticks and stuff like that. Just know that he's a great athlete. D-Bone is a great athlete, and he's current U-Ball champion, and he had a chance, obviously, to meet his hero in John Cena, and he kicked ass this week, as did Dirty, as did Talk, as did Bill, as did Mitt. Zito, we appreciate the hell out of you. Tim McAfee, great work this week. AP Tone, way to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Talk to table, way to go, boys.
Thank you, man. Right back at you.
AJ, way to go.
Hogger.
Hey, you watching around the world, way to go, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Another week of doing this as a job.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Crazy.
Woo.
That's right.
Your time is up.
Time is now.
His time is up. Tomorrow night.
Yeah, it is. Sad.
Damn.
It's the dawn of a new day. And let's remember that we have no idea what it'll bring. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. Let's try to enjoy this life. Team on me, team on 3. We'll see you on Monday. 1, 2, 3.
Team.
Goodbye.